Yes, good morning.
Good morning. May I mention one case, Lord?
Good morning.
Uh,
Good morning.
and may I mention a case under the heading for hearing?
Today's list,
Item, item number 28.
item number 28.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
5712 of
One,
2006.
one, one, 1 minute. Under hearing.
Yes, ma'am. Only pass over for the day.
No, no, case number.
Case number 5712 of 2006.
Where is the list? Donate 215 का list. Donate 215 का list. 28. Who is for the other side? Have you taken consent?
Consent I have not taken. Only pass over for the day.
What is this matter?
Uh, this relates to the appointment matter, brother, in which I have asked for the answer book to be produced, and your lordship has passed the order for production, but as yet they have not produced the.
Okay. On the request of the learned counsel for the petitioner, this case after 1 week. Yes. Yes. On the list.
From Delhi Causeway, under the heading Borlo Banaras, serial number 34, MN number 21 of 60, Mr. Arvind Kumar Lal for the appellant, Mr. DC Ghosh for the respondent.
Item number.
34. This can be referred, my lord. Or Lok Adalat. Yes, my lord.
Referred on the request. This case is referred to the Lok Adalat.
My lord.
Serial number 35, MN number 397 of 60, Mr. for appellant, Mr. Alok Lal for respondent.
Well, this may be referred for local adat, my lord. We are agreeing.
Where is Mr. Lal?
Mr.
Lord, yes, I am appearing, my lord.
You agree for
Yes, my
settlement?
lord. Yes, my lord.
Parties agree for settlement and praise the matter to be listed before Lok Adalat. Yes.
Serial number 37, MN number 295 of 80, 41 of 41, Mr. Nikhil Rajan for appellant first case, Mr. Mukesh Kumar Dubey for appellant second case, Mr. Ashutosh Anand, Mr. Alok Lal for respondent first case, Mr. Ashutosh Anand for respondent second case.
My lord, in this case, my name be deleted from the area of the councils, my lord, because Mr. Ashutosh Anand is appearing for the United India and in the second case also.
Where is Ashutosh Anand? Yes, Mr. Nikhil Ranjan.
Yes, my lord. It can be referred, my lord.
Where is Mr. Mukesh Dubey? Mr. Mukesh Dubey. Where is Ashutosh Anand? Just wait, pass over.
My lord.
Serial number 38, MN number 737 of 80, Mr. Vikas Kumar, Ms. Madhulika Das Gupta for appellant, Mr. Shyam Sundar, Mr. P.D. Kushwaha for
Yes.
respondent.
Yes,
Who is
Lordship, I am appearing.
Yes, my lord. This case may be referred to the Lok Adalat.
Yes, Mr. Rajesh Kumar.
Lordship, if they offer me, then let it be sent to Lok Adalat.
On the request of the parties, this matter is referred to Lok Adalat.
Serial number 39, MA number 356 of 19, with serial number 40, MA number 358 of 19, Mr. Nikhil Ranjan for appealing both the cases, Mr. Manish Kumar and Mr. Amresh Kumar for responding both the cases.
May be referred, my lord.
It may be, my lord.
On the request, the matter may be referred to the Lok Adalat. Where is Ashutosh Anand? Where is Mr. Ashutosh Anand?
I think Mr. Mukesh Kumar Dubey will appear, my lord, because he has filed the second appeal. Therefore, I will
Both of the
follow
insurance
it.
companies are involved, my lord, in this. Two insurance companies are there.
Oh.
Which are the companies involved? Which two companies?
Adjourn. Pass over. Call the list. Main list.
Under the heading orders with effect, serial number 1, civil review 138 of 19, Mr. Rohit Sinha for the appellant.
My lords, there were 3 defects remaining. 2 have been removed, which are regarding the court fee.
Yes.
1 defect regarding the limitation petition. My lord, the appellant has reached Ranchi yesterday. He was engaged in some family business. It will be filed, my lord, within a week.
On the request of Mr. Rohit Sinha, this case is adjourned for 3 weeks.
My lords.
3 weeks.
Much obliged.
Serial number 2, civil review 28 of 20, Mr. Master Akash for the.
Please, my lord. My lord, I am praying for kindly delete my name from the list of the petitioner, my lord. Because since I have filed this petition when I was in state council, my lord.
My lordship, I am appearing behalf of the state in this case, my lord.
You will
My
appear-
lordship, in this case, my lord, this file is also not with us, my lord. We have to apply a certified copy for the entire record, my lord.
Counsel for the petitioner. Let name of Gaurav Abhishek appear in the cause.
Yes, ma'am.
He prays for some time. Prayer allowed is this case after 3 weeks.
Much
Obliged,
obliged.
Serial number 3, civil review 52 of 20, Mr. Ankit Kumar for the appellant.
Your Lordship, I'm appearing in this case, Your Lordship. I was praying for 4 more weeks to remove the defect, my lord.
If it's not removed,
My lord, only with respect to court fees that has from others have filed, my lord, on Wednesday, my lords.
on the request of the counsel for the petitioner, this case is listed. This case is adjourned for 3 weeks.
Serial number 4, civil review 77 of 20, Mr. Sandeep Verma.
My lord, I only defect number 1 is remaining, my lord. But otherwise, all defects have been removed, my lord.
All defects have been removed.
हाँ सर्टिफाइड कॉपी हम अप्लाई किए हैं जो नहीं मिल पाया है बाकी है एंड यस्टरडे टाइप कॉपी सप्लीमेंट्री एफिडेविट एवरीथिंग हैज बीन यस्टरडे हैज बीन फाइल्ड only 7 working days before.
What is the error apparent on the face of the record?
My lord, we have missed, my lord, to draw the attention of my lord, there is a division bench judgment as well as there is a statutory provision. The case of the ballot, we were the defendant appellant in the second appeal, my lord. My lord, we have contested the suit mainly on the plaintiff's case was based upon that the manager, ward and encumbered Chotanagpur state has settled the land. And my lord, I have gone through the decision of the division bench of AIR reported in AIR 1954 Patna, as well as the provision in the Chotanagpur ward and encumbered state, my lord. My lord is also aware that sanction of commissioner under Rule 19 was mandatory before the settlement. Now, even only power of the manager was to give for the realization of the rent, and they have plaintiff have claimed their declaration, my lord, on the basis that hukumnama has been granted. So, my lord, we have missed to point out, to draw the my lord's attention towards the decision of the division bench, my lord.
This is not a ground for review.
My lord, defect remove कर देते हैं.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
My lord, deeply obliged. Deeply.
Under the heading for orders, civil review 62 of 19, Mr. Indrajit Sinha, Mr. Ankit Vishal for the petitioner.
My lord, I'm just praying for after 1 week, my lord.
Right.
Short version. My lord, my senior Mr. Indrajit Sinha will assist my lord in this.
What is the status of the suit?
Lord, it is still pending, my lord.
It's still pending.
Yes, my lord.
Answer for the petition appraised for
1 week.
1 week. 1 week's time. We are allowed to this case after 1 week.
Much obliged.
Under the heading for admission, serial number 6, WPS 7412 of 11, Mr. Ajay Kumar Singh for the petitioner.
May I please, my lordships?
Yes.
My lordships, in this case, my lordship, the petitioner prays for the recognized the service, my lordships, and payment of the salary, my lordships. My lordship, the petitioner is assist.
Just a minute.
The petitioner was is a assistant teacher.
Let me get the file.
Lordships,
Let me get the file. Yes. The petitioners.
petitioner is a assistant teacher in the government girls school, my lordships, which was taken over under the project scheme, my lordships.
Yes.
My lordship, the name of the petitioner was forwarded to the screening committee, my lordship, and the screening committee found the the name of the petitioner at serial number 5, my lord says.
Yes.
My lord says, till today, my lord says, the service of the petitioner was not recognized, my lord says, neither salary
You
was
have
paid,
never
my lord.
worked. You have never worked.
नहीं हुजूर, हम तो काम करते आ रहे हैं हुजूर, हमें एनेक्सर हम लगाए हुए हुजूर, अटेंडेंस रजिस्टर का मेरा एनेक्सर भी हम लगाए हुए हुजूर, और इसमें नोटिस भी हुआ था हुजूर इसी पॉइंट पर, लेकिन हेडमास्टर को, लेकिन अभी तक वो कोई रिप्लाई नहीं फाइल किए हैं हुजूर। देखा जाए हुजूर, हम काम।
You see the counter affidavit?
Yes, my lord. The counter has been filed. And in paragraph number 7 of the counter, it is very much clear stated that the petitioner never worked.
A specific stand has been taken in the counter affidavit. The entire attendance register they have annexed.
Yes. Attendance register of 2010, 2014, and 2015. Copy of this has been annexed herein. And from the perusal of these attendance register, it is very much clear that the petitioner never worked there. And one more important thing, my lord, which I gone through from the pleadings, that the copy of the appointment letter had nowhere been annexed by the petitioner. This is one of the most important questions which throw doubt about the petitioner's status of doing work in the school. Only it has been mentioned in the paragraph number 6 of the writ petition that petitioner was appointed on as assistant teacher on 4/12/85, but no appointment letter has been annexed herein. It throw it doubt. It is my humble submission, my lord.
Since 4/10/85, you were appointed when? Mr. Counsel?
Paragraph number 6 of the writ petition. But no appointment letter had been annexed herein. It throw it doubt. That is my humble submission.
हुजूर, इसमें ये कहना यही है, जो स्कूल का इंस्पेक्शन रिपोर्ट हुआ था एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट से हुजूर, उसमें मेरा नाम पाया गया हुजूर, स्क्रीनिंग रिपोर्ट में भी मेरा नाम पाया गया हुजूर, और जो ये काउंटर का पारा 15 में जो हुजूर एनेक्सर 3 और 4 को एडमिट भी किए हैं हुजूर, जिसमें मेरा नाम है हुजूर।
So you have not even paid the salary from 1985?
नहीं हुजूर, 1985 से हमारा क्लेम नहीं है, 89 से हुजूर, उसी समय से यह लागू हुआ था, ये सर्कुलर उसी समय आया हुआ था, 89 से हुजूर, जनवरी 89 से। और हुजूर मेरा जो क्लेम है हुजूर, चूंकि मेरा स्क्रीनिंग रिपोर्ट में मेरा नाम चला, और स्क्रीनिंग रिपोर्ट में यह भी कहा गया है कि सीरियल 5 तक को एक्सेप्ट किया जा सकता, और सीरियल 5 में मेरा नाम है, और तब से हम इंतजार में हैं हुजूर कि आज होगा, आज होगा। और रीट पिटीशन भी फाइल हुआ तो काउंटर भी आया हुजूर, और उसमें बोलते हैं कि हम काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, जबकि हम अटेंडेंस शीट लगाए हुए हैं, एनेक्सर किए हुए हैं हुजूर 2011 तक का हुजूर। अगर इधर कभी बोला जाएगा तो हुजूर हम सप्लीमेंट्री फाइल कर देंगे हुजूर।
So today you are getting salary or not?
नहीं, कोई सैलरी नहीं मिल रहा हुजूर।
From when? Since when?
अपॉइंटमेंट के समय से ही हुजूर, जिस समय टेक ओवर नहीं हुआ था हुजूर, उस समय तो हमको मिलता था हुजूर, जो प्राइवेट था उस समय हुजूर, लेकिन जब टेक ओवर हो गया तब से हमारा सैलरी नहीं मिल रहा है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट को देना है।
So it was taken
क्योंकि
over.
गवर्नमेंट को ये टेकन ओवर हुआ जो स्कूल, ये हुआ 1989 में हुआ जो बाय एनेक्सर 1, माय लॉर्डशिप।
So 1989 it was taken over.
नहीं, 85 में टेकन ओवर हुआ लिया, डिसीजन लिया गया 89 से सैलरी देने के लिए।
So 85 it was taken over. So from 85 to 2011 you did not approach this court.
नहीं हुजूर, हम कोर्ट आए हुए थे, पटना हाई कोर्ट में मेरा केस था हुजूर, जब झारखंड और हाँ लिखे हुए हुजूर, मेरा लिखा हुआ है, हम लिखे हुए हैं।
Where is that order?
हाँ हुजूर, ऑर्डर हम पारा 27 में लिखे हुए हुजूर कि हम पटना हाई कोर्ट में रिट फाइल किए थे हुजूर, और जब ये झारखंड और बिहार अलग हुआ जब, तो आया है यहाँ पर 921/2000 है हुजूर, मेरा फाइल किया हुआ था हुजूर पटना हाई कोर्ट, लेकिन यहाँ पर आने के बाद डीएफडी हो गया हुजूर, उसके बाद हम फाइल किए हुजूर। कोई पारा 27 में देखा जाए हुजूर, that the petitioner has not moved this honorable court earlier for the same relief. However, she moved the honorable Patna High Court in sub CWJC number 921 of 2000. But upon creation of Jharkhand State, the said case was transferred.
Yes. 9. What is the case? Where is, show me the orders of that case.
921/2000 का ऑर्डर हुजूर.
So where did you file this? Patna High Court.
हम ये हाँ पहले पटना हाई कोर्ट में फाइल किए थे हुजूर.
So why your jurisdiction was within Ranchi?
हाँ यहाँ पर आने के बाद वो हुआ जब DFD हो गया. आज जो काउंसिल थे वो
Mr. Counsel, GDD was always under the jurisdiction of the Ranchi bench of Patna High Court. Who told you to go and file it in the Patna High Court?
हाँ ये हुजूर बता इसमें क्या हुआ. उसमें जो टीचर लोग का एसोसिएशन था हुजूर वो पटना के थे सर सब हुजूर. आप वही सब जाकर के वहाँ पर फाइल करवा देते थे. टीचर एसोसिएशन के तहत था हुजूर. और पटना यहाँ झारखंड में नहीं फाइल होता था हुजूर.
कुछ नहीं. This is absolutely disputed question of fact. It cannot be looked into. How can we look into that? Whether you have, they say that you have not worked. You say you have worked. We'll decide this.
हुजूर इसी पॉइंट पर नोटिस हुआ था हेडमास्टर को जो स्कूल है उसमें नोटिस हुआ था जो लेकिन हेडमास्टर के IPR नहीं हुआ. In spite of the notice, my lord, received by the school, my lord, they not appear, my lord.
The question is, the government has not taken over your service. Has the government taken your service?
Lord,
any order?
Annexure 3, my lordship.
What is Annexure 3? Read that.
Annexure, the lordship.
Read Annexure 3.
Page 23, my lordship. Type copy,
Yes.
page 23, my lord.
No, read that, yes.
हाँ जन सहयोग से खोले गए देसी विद्यालय जिन्हें 1984-85 के प्रोजेक्ट योजना के अंतर्गत चयनित किया गया शिक्षक शिक्षेतर कर्मचारियों को वेतन भुगतान करने के संबंध में उपयुक्त विषय फौजीय पत्रांक 200 दिनांक 29/2/89 एवं 103 दिनांक 11/1/89 के प्रसंग में जन सहयोग से खोले गए लंगटा बाबा प्रोजेक्ट बालिका विद्यालय मिर्जागंज गिरिडीह में कार्यरत शिक्षक एवं शिक्षेतर कर्मचारियों के संबंध में जिला शिक्षा पदाधिकारी गिरिडीह के पत्रांक सो के साथ विहित प्रपत्र प्रदत्त अपेक्षित विवरण एवं अन्य सुसंगत अभियुक्ति इनके साथ संलग्न कर आपकी स्कीम में विचारार्थ एवं आवश्यक कार्यार्थ भेजा जा रहा है. विभागीय पत्रांक सो के द्वारा लंगटा बाबा उच्च विद्यालय गिरिडीह के प्रोजेक्ट विद्यालय के रूप में चयनित किया गया है तथा विभागीय पत्रांक सो के द्वारा उक्त विद्यालय के लिए चयन करने के लिए औपचारिक अनुमोदन किया गया है. क्षेत्रीय उप शिक्षा निदेशक उत्तरी छोटा नागपुर प्रमंडल हजारीबाग के ज्ञापांक सो के द्वारा उक्त विद्यालय के संबंध में उसकी सूची में विभाग को विस्तृत प्रतिवेदन भेजा जा चुका है जिसका छाया प्रति सुलभ निर्देश के लिए पुनः संलग्न किया है. निर्धारित मानक के अनुसार विद्यालय में एक ही लिपिक का पद स्वीकृत है जिसके विरुद्ध संबंधित विद्यालय में 2 लिपिक को नियुक्ति समिति द्वारा की गई है. प्राप्त विवरण के अनुसार विद्यालय में कुल 10 शिक्षक कार्यरत हैं जिसमें श्रीमती भारती कुमारी सिंह BA एवं दिस पिटिशन में की नियुक्ति 15/2/89 को प्रबंधक समिति के द्वारा की गई है. क्षेत्रीय शिक्षक शिक्षिकाएं 11/3/84 से 4/2/85 के बीच सीमित.
10 शिक्षक कार्यरत है जिसमें श्रीमती भारती कुमारी सिंह
जिसमें श्रीमती भारती कुमारी सिंह BA को नियुक्ति 15/2/89 को प्रबंधक समिति द्वारा की गई है. क्षेत्रीय शिक्षक शिक्षिकाएं 11/3/84 से 4/2/85 के बीच समिति के द्वारा नियुक्त किए गए हैं जिसमें राम प्रसाद पांडे को योग्यता आचार्य की है जिन्हें संस्कृत एवं हिंदी विषय में अध्यापन हेतु रखा गया. विद्यालय में एकमात्र प्रशिक्षित शिक्षक.
It only states that the managing committee has appointed you.
Lordship.
Now show me any document where your services were taken over by the state.
हाँ जो ये फिर एनेक्सर जो है जो 4 एनेक्सर 4 पेज 26 में देखा जाएगा।
Yes.
पेज 26 में है एनेक्सर 4 माय लॉर्डशिप। 26
What is at page 26?
देखा जाए हुजूर, लंगटा बाबा उच्च विद्यालय में जहांगीर में कार्यरत एवं शिक्षक कर्मचारियों के चयन हेतु स्क्रीनिंग समिति की अनुशंसा माय लॉर्डशिप। स्क्रीनिंग कमेटी जो रिकमेंड किया उसमें हुजूर मेरा नाम,
This is a recommendation.
हाँ ये स्क्रीनिंग,
Mr. Counsel, this is a recommendation. Yes or no?
जी हाँ, स्क्रीनिंग कमेटी का रिकमेंडेशन है हुजूर। ये हम पढ़ दे रहे हैं हुजूर। क्रमांक
First listen to me, try to listen to me.
हाँ ये हम पढ़ दे रहे हैं 27 में हुजूर, पेज 27 में हुजूर। सूची क्रमांक 1 से 5 तक।
Listen to me first.
लॉर्डशिप,
This is a recommendation in your favor.
लॉर्डशिप,
Yes. Show me that the recommendation was acted upon and they have absorbed you.
हुजूर इसमें मेरा रिकमेंडेशन किया गया था हुजूर कि इनको चयन किया जा सकता है, यहाँ तक है हुजूर। जब
So will it confer any right upon you? Will a recommendation confer? Does a recommendation confers any rights upon a person who has been recommended?
हुजूर इसमें हुजूर जो पटना हाईकोर्ट का फुल बेंच का डिसीजन है हुजूर, उसमें ये स्पष्ट किया गया है कि जिसका स्क्रीनिंग कमेटी में नाम गया था उनको उनके सर्विस को रिकॉग्नाइज करना है।
They have not done. They have not done.
Not done, my lord. जी हाँ।
And you are coming after 1989. This is how many years?
Lordship.
How many years?
89.
This is
About
89?
my lord.
31 years.
31 years, my lordship. About 31 years.
31 years has already gone.
Why should I interfere in this stale matter?
31 years हुआ हुजूर।
Yes, why should I interfere in a matter which is 31 years old?
हुजूर हम तो इससे पहले 2000 में आए हुए थे जो उसी समय जब ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट का डिसीजन हुआ था ना जो उसके बाद ही हम लोग आए हुए थे।
No, that doesn't confer any privilege.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ही हुजूर इसमें मेरा सबमिशन है। जब पटना हाई कोर्ट का फुल बेंच का जब डिसीजन हुआ हुजूर, उसी का आलोक में जब मैंने और भी जो लोग आए हुए थे हुजूर, उसी के साथ हम भी आए हुए थे। पटना हाई कोर्ट का जो डिसीजन हुआ था जो
Your case
2000 में
your case was dismissed. Dismissed for default means it's also dismissed. No relief was granted. It was dismissed for default when?
Dismissed for default, my lordship.
2002. 2002.
31/10/2002 को हुआ था।
And this writ application was filed in 2011.
11, my lord.
Not paid for any restoration. Serious latches. Yes, where are the judgments which says that mere recommendation will not confer any rights?
Lordship.
State? Yes, state.
My lordship reported in 2001 PLR 287 full bench, my lordship.
What?
My lordship, इसमें ये हुआ था कि जो जिनका स्क्रीनिंग कमेटी में जिनका नाम है जो उनका सर्विस को रिकॉग्नाइज करना और सैलरी पेमेंट करना है, और इसके साथ ये भी हुआ था कि एक स्कूल में 9 टीचर का बहाली होना है। और इसमें एक चीज और भी था जो कि जो जिस दिन स्क्रीनिंग रिपोर्ट सबमिट किया जाता है उसी दिन से उनका डेट ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट माना जाएगा।
Yes, state, what do you have to say?
Actually, my number submission are twofold. Firstly, just your lordship has observed that the case involves serious latches. In the paragraph number 24 of the counter affidavit, it has been mentioned clearly, specifically, that after 9 years of the first case which has been dismissed for default, this prayer has been made. This has been specifically mentioned in the counter paragraph number 24. Second thing is that the appointment letter had not been annexed. Third thing is that the judgment which is on the basis of which petitioner is claiming, which had been decided by the full bench of the Patna High Court, that states that the 9 persons which had been recommended by the screening committee should be regularized. This was the issue which had been decided by the full bench of the Honorable Patna High Court. And according to the petitioner, not by state, her name is listed at serial number 8. Her name is listed at serial number 8. But initially, it was decided by the state government that only from serial number 1 to 5 will be regularized, and they will be entitled to get regularized at a regular service. But later on, after the decision of the full bench, it had been decided that the up to 9 serial number, the candidates will be regularized. But after coming through somewhere, I'm just willing to point out that I'm finding that the serial number 5, petitioner's name was listed at serial number 5 in the subsequent thing, which had been mentioned in the second page. Just now I'm failing to point out your lordship. And second thing is the just in
What
the ends of justice.
yes, what are you submitting?
Actually, serial number 8, petitioner claimed that her name was listed at serial number 8.
Where is it?
Yes, she has already mentioned in the paragraph number 13 of the writ petition.
Paragraph 13, 1 3.
Yes, yes, petitioner herself stated that the name of the petitioner is listed at serial number 8.
Serial number 8.
Yes.
Okay, then what happened?
Then what happened that after the decision of the full bench of the Patna High Court, the list which had been prepared, in that list, the petitioner's name was listed at serial number 5. That means only 4. After remaining 4 persons remained there, 5 persons had already been regularized, and 4 persons were to be out to have been regularized. Service of the 4 persons out to have been regularized. These are the matter of dispute, and I think that your lordship, if your lordship permit me, then we should direct the headmaster of the concerned school to get the real status that whether this petition really worked or there or not.
What are you arguing, Mr. Counsel? Who is you are
Uh, my argument is threefold. First is the appointment letter had not been submitted. Second is the list name of the petitioner was
he
in the.
says he says he says that his name was recommended.
Yes. Only management committee has recommended. Screening management committee appointed.
What is an effect of a recommendation?
Management committee appointed, and that later on screening committee recommended. Screening committee recommended. But
I'm asking you, what is the effect of recommendation? What is an effect of recommendation?
Yes. Recommendations, until and unless the recommendation has not been approved by the competent authority, the service of any person cannot be authorized. Cannot be regularized.
Is there any judgment on this point?
Pardon, my lord?
Is there any judgment on this point?
Right now, I'm unable to say, but this is the principle. Actually, what I know.
If I'm asking you a proposition, you are arguing. You are arguing without any judgments.
Actually, what I know that the basics of the appointment for the appointment purpose for 4 principles may be governed. First is the appointment must be in a substantive capacity. Second is the appointment must be to a post in the service, that is in a substantive vacancy. And third is the appointment must be made in accordance with rules. And fourth is the appointment must be within the quota prescribed for the source. These are the 4 rules. 4 rules as per the Samrajit Pal book. I'm quoting from that book. Law and yes. Yes. These 4 rules I have just quoted from the law relating to.
He says his name has been recommended.
Yes.
By the screening committee. What is the sanctity of that recommendation? How far it is binding?
From the perusal of the counter, it is not very much clear, my lord. But my humble submission is that from the state's only submission is that the petitioner never worked. This is the from the findings of the counter affidavit. It is very much clear. Even the from the attendance registers which had been annexed here in with the counter, it is very much clear that
Who are you? You are Mr. Achyut Keshav. You are
district education officer.
No. Mr. Achyut Keshav, you are. What is your designation in the state council? You are state council number.
GP1.
You are
GP1, my lord.
You are GP1. First, you have to counter his submission that his name was recommended, so a right has accrued. What is the law on this point? This is his first submission. That since my name was recommended, it clearly suggests that I was appointed. I was appointed by the managing committee, and the recommendation is there. Tell me. He says that so I have to be regularized. A right has accrued. What is your submission on this legal issue?
My submission, according to counter which had been filed earlier, my submission is very clear that, and simple that the petitioner never worked, which is very much clear from the annexed with the counter affidavit.
Mr. Counsel,
until and unless the petitioner,
listen to me. Mayor, recommendation. Does a recommendation?
Recommendation.
This court is putting a question to you.
Pardon me.
Does mayor recommendation confer any right for appointment?
My humble submission is no, but right now I'm unable just to find a
yes. Here, a question was put to your GP1.
Yes.
A question was put to the GP1 as to whether a recommendation for appointment creates any right in favor of the person who has been recommended. First time. He submits that no right accrues, but fails to produce any decision on this aspect. Full stop. This case is thus adjourned as proper assistance has not been received from the State Council. Let a copy of this order be handed over to the Chief Secretary, the Advocate General.
Judgment.
Next.
Milord, the read petition become infectious, Milord, as the grievances of the petitioner have been redressed, Milord.
Mr. Sharma submits that the writ petition has been rendered infructuous as the grievance of the petitioner has already been redressed.
Hence, Milord, I will be permitted to withdraw this writ.
Yes. He is dismissed as withdrawn.
Obliged, Milord.
Number 8, WPS 7574 of 30 is Sanita Gupta for the petitioner.
Milord, I pay my respects, Milord. I am for the respondent number 5, the managing committee.
Your Lordship, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner.
Yes.
Milord, the one counter affidavit could not be filed in this case, Milord. If your Lordship, Milord, I will pray, Milord, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, Milord, a last chance, Milord.
Who are you? You are for the managing committee.
Managing committee, Milord.
Who is for the state?
I am appearing on behalf of the state, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, we have filed our counter affidavit, Your Lordship. Para 7 and 8 is the relevant portion, Your Lordship. Kindly.
What is your stand?
Your Lordship, stand is that we have made a query from the madrasa itself, Your Lordship, and they have informed that upon query of the answering respondent, reply white letter number so and so was given. From perusal of the said letter issued by the in charge Molvi, it is evident that the petitioner has never been appointed in the said madrasa, and further he has never worked on the alleged post, hence he cannot be paid any salary. This has been
Annexure E.
informed. Yes, Your
Annexure.
Lordship.
Read annexure A. Who is for the petitioner?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Lordship. I am for the petition. I am only requesting that my
What do you have to
submissions.
say to this?
Yes, I have to say to this is that I was appointed by the management committee. My name was sent for approval to the Jharkhand Academic Council. Void annexure 1. Void annexure 2, I have been appointed. That is my appointment letter. Subsequently, there was a condition that after verification of my certificates by respondent number 3, I'll be paid salary. Upon non-payment, the respondent number 3 issued letter notice to me to submit all my certificates that I've already done. Thereafter, I was not receiving salary. Therefore, I made representations to respondent number 3. Upon my respondents, even the respondent number 3 has issued notice to the head Molvi. Now, there is a dispute between the head Molvi. He refuses to sign my bill, and that is why my salary is not being paid till date, Your Lordship. That is my case.
Jack, who's up here from Jack? Was this petitioner appointed after following the due process of law?
On behalf of Jack, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Gupta.
My lord, annexure 1 of petitioner.
What is your stand? Was this petitioner appointed after due process of law?
Yes, Your Lordship. Even yes.
My lord, as per telephonic instruction I taken by my lord, they have never worked at the state madrasa, my lord. तो जो सिर्फ annexure 1 जो रिट पिटिशन में लगा उसी को सिर्फ हम 2 लाइन पढ़ देना चाहते हैं.
Yes.
पेज नंबर 12, my lord.
Yes.
पैराग्राफ 1 में लिखा हुआ है शैक्षणिक योग्यता प्रमाण पत्र के सत्यापन के बाद ही जिला शिक्षा पदाधिकारी ज्ञान पदाधिकारी शिक्षा के वेतन आदि भुगतान सुनिश्चित करेंगे. प्रमाण पत्र के असत्य जाली पाए जाने पर नियुक्ति प्रोन्नति अनुमति स्वतः रद्द समझा जाएगा. उसके बाद वेरिफिकेशन हुआ इनका कुछ मतलब जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट किए थे वो प्रॉपर था नहीं. हुजूर सप्लीमेंट्री हम बनाए हुजूर उसको हम फाइल कर देते हैं हुजूर नेक्स्ट वीक.
What is the other submits that he wants to file a supplementary counter affidavit?
Yes, ma'am.
For which he prays for some time. Prayer allowed is this case after 2 weeks.
One point that he's missing, that he has already filed a counter affidavit, Your Lordship. The counter affidavit of Jharkhand Academic Council is already on.
What is their stand in the main counter affidavit? What is their stand in the main counter affidavit?
Your Lordship, the state or the Jharkhand Academic Council? Which one? I'll just point.
Academic Council?
They have taken a stand. They have supported my case, paragraph number 7 to 9. They are not referring to their own avowments, Your Lordship. Your Lordship may kindly see para 7. That it is stated and submitted that petitioner's name was sent to Jharkhand Academic Council for approval of his appointment on the post of Maulvi by making appointment by Management Committee of Madrasa Islamia Mangad, Kasba District Court, District Godda on the basis of decision taken in this regard in the proceedings stated 9/5/2007 on the vacant and sanctioned post. Paragraph number 8 that it is.
They have not stated anything about the verification.
उसमें कोई चीज नहीं उनका सिलेक्शन हुआ वेरिफिकेशन तक नहीं प्रोसेस है वो तो करते ही हम लोग.
Granted approval to the said decision of the management committee.
Subject to verification of your
yes, supplementary counter affidavit.
इसी में पैराग्राफ 9 को भी पढ़ लिया जाए हुजूर. मेन काउंटर जो फाइल के उसमें ही पैराग्राफ 9 में लिखे हुए हैं आफ्टर ड्यू वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ द एजुकेशन ट्रेनिंग सर्टिफिकेट टू द पेमेंट.
What is the verification report, Mr.
Supplementary affidavit, Your Lordship, that I have filed. Supplementary affidavit on behalf of petitioner.
Yes.
They have issued notice to me vide annexure 8. I've already given all the certificates.
Where is the report I am asking you? What is the verification report?
Your Lordship may kindly see that the report is not available to me, Your Lordship. To the petitioner, the report is not available.
Mr. Gupta, supplementary affidavit.
Yes, ma'am. 4 weeks का दिया जाए वो रिपोर्ट भी लगा देते वेरिफिकेशन रिपोर्ट भी लगा देते हो.
2 weeks is enough.
Okay. Obliged, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Clear number 9, WPS 922 of 14. Mr. Pradeep Prakash.
As I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner.
Yes.
Now, the claim of the petitioner is the wife of the deceased employee. He was a who was employed in the work charge establishment, had completed 9 years of service. Now her claim is for regularization of the service. Now the fact is that the employee is now deceased. Now I have filed one supplementary affidavit, my lord. Now I am claiming parity.
He has not completed 10 years. So
I know, my lord. I understand that he has not completed 10 years. But now I'm claiming parity on the ground that now there is one supplementary affidavit which I have filed. Now, in that supplementary affidavit, though there is this another employee was employed against the work charge establishment, his regularization has been done after the death. So he had also not completed 10 years, and that's why I see there is an order of my laws dated 15th of September 2017, whereby this fact has been taken into consideration by my laws, and on the specific point, the respondents were directed to file a counter affidavit. If I'm permitted to show the order dated 15th of September 2017.
what does the rule provide for?
Now the rule provides, the rule has been settled in view of the Honorable Full Bench judgments, the Ram Prasad Singh's 2005 Volume 3 JLJR, page 38, paragraph 15 to 17. The consideration of regularization starts after 5 years of continuous service of the employees engaged against the work charge establishment. After 5 years, the consideration may be given for regularization. That is what this judgment, Full Bench judgment says. Now, it does not require them to complete 10 years of service.
So where is the 10 years criteria come from?
Well, the respondents have to explain because they are denying it. I say now this 10 years criteria would not act as an embargo as other employees. They have been extended the benefits of regularization without completing 10 years.
Where is the criteria of 10 years? By which circular provision of law this 10 years has been fixed?
Well, I am for the state, my lord, in this case. Well, I am appealing for the state, my lord, in this case. My lord, in the light of the order dated 15/9/2017, my lord, we have again sent letter to the department, my lord. As recently this file has been transferred to this office, my lord, and after going through the file, my lord, we could not take any instruction from the department, my lord. So I pray for one more opportunity, my lord, so that we may receive.
That is a different aspect, but show me your decision, circular, rule, regulation, which provides that only after completion of 10 years the services will be considered for regularization.
My lord, I have annexure 1, my lord.
Annexure 1 to the
which is later, my lord. Counter affidavit, my lord, of my counter affidavit.
Your counter affidavit.
Yes, my lord. See. And in the light of the annexure 1, the case of the petitioner was not found fit.
Let me find it. Annexure 1 or annexure A? Counter affidavit cannot be marked as annexure 1.
So, sorry, my lord. Annexure A. Annexure A of my counter. Page 19, my lord, later dated 27/5/1992, my lord.
Yes.
As for the letter, I am just placing a relevant para, my lord.
Yes.
इस स्थायीकरण मुख्य अभियंता रूपांकन लोक दिनांक 23/5/92 दुमका के लिए विभिन्न कार्यभारी स्थापना के पदों को जो 10 वर्ष अथवा उससे अधिक दिनों से लगातार चले आ रहे हैं, पदों को नियमित स्थापना में पास किए जाने का स्थायी घोषित किए जाने के फलस्वरूप निम्नलिखित कार्यभारी कर्मचारियों को उनके नाम के आगे पद अंकित रूप से संपुष्ट किया जाता है. My lord, so in the light of this letter, my lord, the service of the person was.
Bring this document.
If I am permitted to say one thing, and the irony would be at serial number 34, the name of the petitioner, the name of the husband of the petitioner appears. His services have been confirmed. After his death, that is in 92, he died in the year 1991. So this is not the relevant, this would not be the relevant circular. They have to show the rule what makes them to provide the benefits of regularization only on the.
Show me the circular which says the regularization will take place only after completion of 10 years. No affidavit has been filed pursuant to the last order dated 15/9/2017. The counsel for the state prays for some time. Full stop. Next paragraph. Prayer allowed. Is this case after 3 weeks by which an affidavit should be filed in compliance with the earlier order. Full stop. Further, the state will bring on record the circular which provides for regularization only after completion of 10 years of service.
Well, in the word charge establishment, it may be
10
noted.
years, 10 years, which can regularization of a workman in the work charge establishment only after completion of 10 years. 3 weeks.
Grateful, my lord.
Subject to my lord's kind consideration.
Yes. Yes,
my lord, Mr.
record.
Mr. Sunil Sinha has come. He has joined, my lords.
Mr. Sinha, matter to be referred to the Lok Adalat?
I have informed my party, my lord, he will be coming tomorrow, my lord.
Yes.
Let it be placed before Lok Adalat, my lord.
It should be placed, notified. Give me the case number.
MA 307/2015 along with MA 109/2021.
One appeal is for enhancement of the
MA
compensation.
307 of 15 and
109/2021.
109 of 2021. Notify it. After notification, pass an order. The order will pass that on the request of the parties, this matter be referred to the National Lok Adalat.
I'm just sending the mention slip as well, my lord.
Yes. On the request of both the parties. Okay, tomorrow.
Obliged, my lord.
Yes. Next.
Serial number 10, WPS 307 of 40, Ms. Ritu Sinha, Mr. Arun Kumar Sinha for appellant.
May I please, Lordship? In this writ petition, earlier I have filed this writ petition. Petitioner is Anganwadi Sevika, Lordship. Earlier it was filed on 3/7/14, Lordship, for payment of Posahar for a certain period and payment of Mande. And for to hand over the whole charge, Lordship, which was not. Later on, Lordship, during the pendency of this writ petition, petitioner has been stopped from the performing his duty or she has been removed. It has not. I have annexed that amended writ petition as per 5 and 21/8/17, Lordship. Kindly peruse the annexure 7, page 24, Lordship. That is the order in tune, Lordship. Now I have challenged by way of filing the IA that has been allowed, and I have filed an amended writ petition, and page 24, annexure 7, Lordship, of the amended writ petition. May I read that, Lordship? Am I audible, Lordship?
What is the amended writ petition?
Filed on 21/8/17, Lordship.
21/8/17.
Yes,
Yes.
that is on record.
Yes, I got it.
Page
What is
24, Lordship.
Letter?
11/5/15, Lordship, page 24, annexure 7.
Read that.
प्रेषित सबीना प्रेषक बाल विकास परियोजना पदाधिकारी पाकुर, प्रेषित सबीना यास्मीन सेविका। उपयुक्त विषय के संबंध में कहना है कि जिला समाज कल्याण पदाधिकारी पाकुर के ज्ञापन सच एंड सच के आलोक में that letter has not been served के आलोक में तत्काल आपका आंगनबाड़ी केंद्र क्रिस्टोपुर नया टोला में सेविका के रूप में कार्य का संपादन नहीं करना है। पत्र प्राप्ति के साथ ही संबंधित संपूर्ण प्रभार जय क्रिस्टोपुर दक्षिण टोला के सेविका सेलिमा बेबी को सपोर्ट। लॉर्डशिप, नाउ आई विल come to annexure, Lordship 2. That is, kindly see the date, Lordship, 18/5/13. That was the so-called which was asked from me to me by the CDPO, Lordship. श्रीमती सबीना यास्मीन सेविका के कहना बाहर के पुनः लौट कर अपना लेने के संबंध में जिला समाज कल्याण पदाधिकारी द्वारा उचित कार्रवाई पत्र के विरुद्ध आप अपना स्पष्टीकरण कार्यालय में देंगी। I have filed my स्पष्टीकरण on 25/27 annexure 3, Lordship, by which I have given my योगदान, Lordship, That is written with the signed by the बाल विकास परियोजना पदाधिकारी। आपसे पूछे स्पष्टीकरण में मेरी तबीयत खराब हो गई थी, अचानक इलाज के लिए बाहर जाना पड़ा, इसके चलते कार्यालय में सूचना नहीं दे पाई। Lordship, now kindly see annexure 4, that is letter dated 2/6/13 Lordship। जिला समाज कल्याण पदाधिकारी पाकुड़ के निर्देशानुसार श्रीमती साइनाज बीवी सहायिका आंगनबाड़ी के जो आदेश दिया जाता है कि अपने केंद्र का सबूत प्रभार सेविका सबीना यास्मीन को दे देंगे यथा पोषाहार चेकबुक पासबुक पोषाहार पंजी सच एंड सच। This is the order passed by CDPO Lordship. Now they are saying in the Lordship counter affidavit, I have filed one rejoinder Lordship. I will show that annexure also Lordship. Kindly see the rejoinder filed on 22/2/18. I will show Lordship one letter also, this rejoinder. That is dated Lordship 8/13 letter, written by the CDPO to Jila Samaj Kalyan Padadhikari. May I read that letter Lordship? Rejoinder filed on 22/2/18 Lordship.
Just tell me, is this writ application maintainable?
Your Lordship, if I may, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Your Lordship, may kindly see annexure 1 of the writ petition, Your Lordship, where the appointment letter of the petitioner has been annexed, Your Lordship. First, I would like Your Lordship to go through clause 3 and 4, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Sevak.
Already there. Show me what is the consideration for her removal.
Pardon me, Lordship.
Why did you remove her? What is the consideration for removal?
Your Lordship, the consideration for her removal is her unauthorized absence in violation of clause 3 here under, Your Lordship, for a period of 1.5 years, Your Lordship. Even her joining letter date, even in her rejoining letter, Your Lordship, she has been absconding since February of 2012, Your Lordship. And if the last paragraph of her joining letter letter to the department under annexure 3, page 19, she is saying मैं दिनांक 27/5/2013 को योगदान दे रहा हूँ, Your Lordship. That is a unauthorized absence of 1.5 year of Your Lordship.
Lordship, kindly may I read the page, the annexure on 9 of my rejoinder.
Just a minute, not side by side. Yes, Mrs. Sinha.
Lordship, kindly see the annexure 9 of my rejoinder. It will clear everything, Lordship. Letter dated 8/8/13.
Annexure 9.
Yes, of the rejoinder, Lordship.
Lordship,
I have given the number
I'm in
and
receipt of
9,
only
8,
the amended written counter, Your Lordship. I do not have the.
Yes, kindly see, Lordship. This letter will clear everything, Lordship.
Annexure 9.
Yes, Lordship. Then I will read annexure of the counter itself, Lordship.
Annexure 9.
प्रेषक बाल विकास परिविभाग पदाधिकारी सेवा में जिला समाज कल्याण पदाधिकारी आंगनबाड़ी केंद्रों में नया टेलीफोन सेविका बालिक संबंध उपयुक्त विषय भवदीय स्तर से प्राप्त परिवाद पत्र के आलोक में भवदीय को अवगत कराना है। इस संबंध में पूर्व में भी पत्राचार किया है, पुनः भवदीय को ध्यान कराना चाहूंगी कि आंगनबाड़ी के जैक पुस्टेपुर नया टेलीफोन सेविका पद रिक्त नहीं है। सेविका सबीना यास्मीन बिना सूचना के अपना इलाज हेतु दिनांक 18/2/12 से 18/6/12 तक बाहर गई थी। सेविका की अनुपस्थिति में सहायिका को उक्त के संचालन की जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी। सेविका यह सबीना स्वास्थ्य लाभ पाकर पुनः योगदान हेतु उपायुक्त।
Slowly, I couldn't understand what you are saying.
Your Lordship, I have given my joining to.
Just a minute. 18. Rapidly read this. 18 to 2012 say 18/6/2012.
Yes. That is admitted, Lordship. सेविका
में सहायिका को उक्त केंद्र के संचालन की जिम्मेवारी दी गई थी। सेविका सबीना यास्मीन स्वास्थ्य लाभ पर पुनः योगदान हेतु
उपायुक्त को आवेदन पत्र दी थी, जो कि इस कार्यालय को 14/9 को द्वारा प्राप्त हुआ। आई एम नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट। प्राप्त पत्र के आलोक में श्रीमती यास्मीन को इस कार्यालय के पत्रांक 18/5/13 को बिना सूचना के अनुपस्थित में स्पष्टीकरण की मांग की गई, जिसका जवाब उनके द्वारा 27/5/13 को दिया गया। उस स्पष्टीकरण के जवाब से संतुष्ट होते हुए अध्यक्ष द्वारा बिना सबीना यास्मीन पुनः योगदान स्वीकृत करते हुए भवदीय को इसकी सूचना इस कार्यालय के दिनांक इतना द्वारा दी गई। He was informed, Lordship. The district social welfare officer was duly informed. वर्तमान में सेविका के द्वारा सुचारू रूप से आंगनबाड़ी केंद्र का कार्य निष्पादन किया जा रहा है। This is their letter, Lordship. Later on,
Lordship may also see annexure C.
Mr. Counsel,
Lordship,
Lord.
kindly see the annexure what they have annexed in the counter, Lordship. I will read that annexure also, Lordship.
भगवदीय
The
को ये
counter.
भी करना चाहता हूँ कि कोर्ट में तत्कालीन बाल विकास ठाकुर द्वारा भूलवश संबंधित केंद्रों को आम सभा की तिथि का गया था। आम सभा रद्द होने की जानकारी की तिथि के संदर्भ में आपको बता दिया कि भुगतान सहायता से जा रही है।
Yes. Again, I will read my counter of my read petition annexure 8, Lordship. That is dated 27/8/14, Lordship. I want to say that show that I was working, Lordship. I was working. Kindly see annexure 8, 27/8/14, Lordship.
Annexure 8
of my read petition. Amended read petition, page 25, Lordship.
Page 25.
Lordship. That is last annexure of the बाल विकास परियोजना सेवा में जिला समाज कल्याण पदाधिकारी उपयुक्त विषय प्रासंगिक पत्र के जांच किया गया था हुजूर, वही हम पढ़ दे रहे हैं। 27/8/14 का लेटर है। उपयुक्त विषय के प्रासंगिक पद का संदर्भ में कहना है कि अधोसखी द्वारा दिनांक 27/8/14 को आंगनबाड़ी के जयपुर स्थित नया का निरीक्षण किया गया। निरीक्षण के दौरान आंगनबाड़ी सेविका सवीना यास्मीन उपस्थित थी, जबकि सहायिका शहनाज भी अनुपस्थित पाई। पूछताछ के क्रम में ग्रामीणों द्वारा बताया कि सेविका के कहने के बावजूद भी सहायिका शहनाज भी केंद्र में नहीं आती है, नहीं केंद्र समिति क्रियाकलाप में भाग लेती है। सेविका की अनुपस्थिति अवधि में सहायिका द्वारा केंद्र का संचालन किया जाता था। इस दौरान केंद्र समिति सभी पंजी सहायिका के पास थी। सेविका के योगदान के पश्चात इस कार्यालय जो इतना 2/6/13 के द्वारा सहायिका शहनाज को संपूर्ण प्रभाव सेविका को देने का आदेश भी निर्गत किया गया था, परंतु आज तक सहायिका के द्वारा किसी प्रकार का प्रभाव नहीं दिया। दिनांक 27/8/14 को अधोसखी के द्वारा मौखिक रूप से सहायिका को सभी प्रकार का पंजी कार्यालय से चुका है, परंतु फिर भी सहायिका के द्वारा किसी प्रकार का पंजी वर्तमान में सेविका के द्वारा बच्चों की उपस्थिति पंजी एवं सेविका की उपस्थिति संबंधित पंजी का संचालन किया जा गया है। That means she was performing her duty. On 27/8/14 also, Lordship. Now I will read the annexure of their own counter affidavit, Lordship, which they have filed.
Yes.
Kindly see now say annexure C of their counter, page 23. That will show the arbitrary Lordship Act. प्रेषित श्रीमती हेलेना संसद तत्कालिक बाल विद्यालय
23, Your Lordship. 23 of the counter affidavit.
Letter dated 6/5/15.
Yes.
सबीना या नया टोला को गलत तरीके से योगदान करने के संबंध में She joined in 13, Lordship. Now she was informed that the district social welfare. This is the letter of district social welfare officer, Lordship. The district social welfare was duly informed in year 13 May itself, Lordship. Now उपयुक्त विषय पाए के इतना नया टोला से इतना 102 ग्रामीण शिकायत आंगनबाड़ी केंद्र सेविका समीना 1.5 साल से केंद्र पर अनुपस्थित रहने तथा 2 बार सेविका के चयन तो आम सभा के 3/4 को रद्द कर पुनः समीना यास्मीन को योगदान कारण के विरुद्ध प्राप्त आवेदन पर उपायुक्त के आदेशानुसार जिला आपूर्ति पदाधिकारी 15/1/14 के द्वारा जांच प्रतिवेदन प्राप्त किया गया है। शिकायत आवेदन किया कि सेविका 15/2/12 से 26/5/13 आई हैव शोन नोट से आई वाज वर्किंग अपना आंगन पर अनुपस्थित रही है, जिसकी लंबी अवधि तक अनुपस्थित रहने के बावजूद भी सेविका सबीना यास्मीन को योगदान करा लिया गया है। सेविका का लगातार इस केंद्र पर सेविका चयन है तो 2 बार दिनांक सचन सच को आम सभा का आयोजन किया गया, परंतु आम सभा नहीं किया गया है। समाज कल्याण में इतना 15 दिनों से अधिक की सेविका को चयनित करने की कार्रवाई का निर्देश दिया गया है, परंतु आपके द्वारा चयनित करने की दिशा में कार्रवाई नहीं किया गया है, जो विभागीय परिपत्र के अंतिम निर्देश के अवहेलना जिला से आपूर्ति पदाधिकारी पाकुड़ के जांच प्रतिवेदन में प्रतिवेदित किया गया कि आम सभा की तिथि 2 बार नहीं थे। सेविका को नियुक्त करने की पूरी प्रक्रिया संदेहास्पद। अब हुजूर 2 दिन में लास्ट में देखा जो प्रतिलिपि हुजूर देखा है, नीचे जो लिखा गया है बाल विकास परियोजना परिषद को निर्देश दिया जाता है कि सबीना यास्मीन सेविका को पर उपर्युक्त आरोप लगाते हुए उनसे कार्य नहीं लेने संबंधी आदेश निर्गत करे। उसके बाद इम्प्लीमेंट ऑर्डर हुआ है हुजूर। नो शो कॉल नो नोटिस देयर इज अ प्रोविजन शी कैन बी रिमूव्ड प्रायर।
Which provision? Where is the
I have annexed Lordship in my Lordship rejoinder. I have annexed the guideline. I have annexed that.
Where is the guidelines?
Lordship, I annexed in my rejoinder, Lordship. Kindly see page 13 of my rejoinder, Lordship.
Page 13.
Yes, that is the guideline. By 16.16, Lordship. अपने कर्तव्यों का संतोषप्रद निर्वहन नहीं किए जाने के उनके अन्य कारणों से 15 दिन से अधिक अनुपस्थित रहने पर उनसे स्पष्टीकरण पूछकर बाल विकास परियोजना अधिकारी उप विकास आयुक्त के पूर्व अनुमोदन के पश्चात ही चयन मुक्त करते हैं. In this way also, Lordship, this impugn order is bad in law, Lordship. There is no पूर्व अनुमोदन of DDC, Lordship. This is the direction of the district social welfare officer to the CDPO.
However, show cause has been issued, Your Lordship, as per
Sopaj
Annex
of
13.
year 13, Lordship. Kindly see Sopaj of
This is an appealable order. You file an appeal before the appellate authority.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Lordship. Then Lordship, the condonation of delay may be because due to this.
Yes. The petitioner in this application, in this amended application, has tried to set aside the order by which her services, her engagement as Anganwadi Sevika. Yes, Mrs. Sinha? Anganwadi Sevika.
Yes, Your Lordship. Sevika.
Anganwadi Sevika has been
आंगनबाड़ी सेविका केंद्र का नाम मुझे बता दे रहे हैं.
Yes, of Jai Kishtapur.
Yes, Naya Tola.
Jai Kishtapur, Naya Tola. Which district?
Pakur, Your Lordship.
Pakur.
Yes.
Has been cancelled. First up. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the removal of the petitioner are cancelled and thereafter she has been removed. So next, the counsel for the petitioner submits that the removal of the petitioner by the order impugned is absolutely bad. It violates the principle of natural justice and is also against the documents and circulars on record. It submits that with a malified intention, the petitioner has been removed. Though there are documents to suggest that the petitioner was working diligently without any complaint. Next paragraph. Be that as it may, the engagement of the petitioner is governed by the circular.
I have an Lordship, that is
Annexure A at page 11. Annexure A at page 11.
Lordship.
Annexure 11, sorry, Annexure 11.
11, Annexure
at page
11.
9. At page 9 of your supplementary affidavit.
Lordship.
Is governed by letter number 03//134/2002-585 dated 2/6/2006. 2/6/2006. First, as per clause 16 of the said circular, if an Anganwadi Sevika is removed or disengaged, the said disengagement order is appealable before the Deputy Commissioner.
Deputy Commissioner.
Next paragraph. Considering the aforesaid provision where appellate provision has been provided, a provision
I made him party Lordship. He is respond number 2 in my writ petition, Deputy Commissioner.
Wherein a provision of appeal has been provided, I direct the petitioner to prefer an appeal before the appellate authority, who is the Deputy Commissioner, Pakur. Respondent number 3, respondent number 2 here. The appeal should be within 8 weeks.
Lordship.
If such appeal is filed,
within 10 weeks, 8 weeks, yes, Lordship.
if such appeal is filed, the appellate authority will consider the appeal and will pass an order after hearing the petitioner and other related, other interested person. On full stop, the appeal should be heard on merits. Full stop. Heard on merits. Full stop. The Deputy Commissioner will not dismiss the appeal on the ground of limitation.
Not sir.
Considering that this writ application was pending before this court since 2014.
Obliged.
Before observation, this writ application is disposed of.
Obliged.
Obliged, Your Lordship.
Case number 11, WPS P578 of 40, Mr. Anjali Kumar Verma, Mr. Amit Kumar Verma, for the petitioner.
Be clear, Lordship. In this case, my lord, the petitioner who was posted as medical officer, my lord, since 9/2/88, my lord, he submitted an application by the Annexer 1 on 15th of January 2013 for VRS, my lord. But instead of accepting the VRS, by the Annexer 2, the respondent authority declared the petitioner as joint disbursing officer, while later dated to 2nd of September 2013, Lord, Annexer 2 at page 20. Thereafter, again, the petitioner submitted his repetition for VRS on 7th of September 2013, Lord, while Annexer 3 at page 21, Lord. And he requested for VRS, my lord, with effect from 31st of December 2013, my lord.
Yes.
But no decision was taken, my lord, by the respondent authority. That's why the petitioner, by Annexer 4 at page 22, my lord, on 9th of April 2014, my lord, submitted an application, my lord, that he want to continue in his service, my lord, and he withdraw his repetition for submitted for VRS, my lord. And this application has been received in the office of the respondent on 11th of April 2014, my lord, but without considering that representation, they have issued the letter by Annexer 5 at page 23, by which the petition has been granted VRS with effect from 7th of May 2014, my lord. That is under challenge, my lord. Because when the petitioner submitted his withdrawal, my lord, they cannot grant VRS to the petitioner.
Where is the judgment?
I have annexed the judgment, my lord, in the writ application also, my lord. Annexer 7, my lord. At page 25. Page 25, my lord. Starting from page 25, my lord. In para 6, my lord, it has been held, my lord, by Honorable Supreme Court, my lord.
Yes, state. What is your?
Yes, your lordship. I am hearing on behalf of state, your lordship.
Yes.
The petitioner, after making application of VRS, the certain queries were made which have stated in a counterfeit para 15. Certain queries were made by the health department from the civil surgeon come chief medical officer, civil surgeon, and the same were required by civil surgeon, medical officer. And your lordship, in para 16, we have stated that we have exercise of VRS voluntary without any pressure and condition of, and thus accordingly decision was taken by the approval of Honorable Minister on 26/3/2014 and allowing his VRS. The time taken, your lordship, just due to we have taken the approval of Honorable Minister, your lordship. And thereafter, in para 17, we have written in counterfeit that the withdrawal of his VRS request on
Mr. Counsel, try to understand.
Yes, your lordship.
There is no dispute that he has applied for VRS.
Yes, your lordship.
Now, you had not passed any order on his application till 7/9/2013.
Yes, your lordship.
On 7/9/2013, he withdrew his proposal for VRS. Is it your case? You have received this letter 7/9/2013, whereby he has withdrawn.
That is 9. I think that is, Your Lordship.
7/9/2013. Come to Annexure 3.
Yes, Your Lord. Yes, Your Lord.
Now we have received this letter. Once you
Yes,
have
Your Lord.
received this letter where
Yes.
he has withdrawn his consent, can you voluntarily retire him? This is the question.
Your Lordship, Annexure L, counter affidavit that
Annexure
L.
L,
Yes, Your Lord.
page
Page 33, Your Lord, of
33.
counter.
Yes, read that.
कि स्वैच्छिक सेवानिवृत्ति प्रदान करने संबंधी आपके अनुरोध दिनांक 7/9/2013 के आलोक में सक्षम स्तर के अनुमोदन प्राप्त कर विभागीय अधिसूचना संख्या 509 सब क्लॉज 3 दिनांक 7/5/2014 द्वारा स्वैच्छिक सेवानिवृत्ति प्रदान की गई है।
How can it be? He has withdrawn before his resignation was accepted.
And that was rejected, Your Lordship, by विभागीय पंत्रांश 6190 दिनांक 7/4।
How can you reject it? Who has given you the authority to reject it? Where is your circular? What is the law? Do you have any specific law that once it has been granted, once he has applied for that for voluntary retirement, it will crystallize and he doesn't have any authority to withdraw? Is there any law to that effect?
In 74 सब क्लॉज 6 there is written, Your Lordship, ऐच्छिक तौर से जो सेवानिवृत्त होने की सूचना नियुक्ति पदाधिकारी के सहमति से वापस ली जा सकती है, बशर्त कि इस वापसी का अनुरोध सूचना की तिथि समाप्त होने के पूर्व किया जाए।
So he has done that, is it not?
Yes, Your Lord.
74.
6, Your Lordship, but the seva with voluntary one can withdraw is made before the expiry of 3 months of furnishing notice.
स्वैच्छिक तौर से सेवानिवृत्त होने की सूचना नियुक्ति पदाधिकारी की सहमति से वापस भी ली जा सकती है, बशर्ते इस वापसी का अनुरोध सूचना की तिथि समाप्त होने के पूर्व किया जाए। तो सूचना का तिथि क्या था?
He has made for application for VRS and that date of retirement was 31/1/2013, Your Lordship.
So 31/1, where is your application?
Milord, my application is at page 21, Milord.
Because he is asking the retirement benefit when he has made the application for VRS, retirement benefit from 31/1/2013.
Annexure 3 at page 21.
In counter affidavit in Annexure A here, Annexure A and B, Your Lordship.
Annexure 3 is your
that was the reminder, Your Lordship.
no, what is the original? Where is the original letter?
Annexure A and B of the counter affidavit, page number 18 and 19. In Annexure B, Your Lordship, page 19.
Annexure A is your letter seeking for VRS.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is, has he received the benefits of VRS?
No, Milord.
He has not
We have
received.
not received anything, Milord.
For that, we have to seek instruction, Lord. So as the petitioner might be has been retired.
He says that he has not received any benefits.
Milord, the petitioner has not retired from service, Milord. He is going to retire in 2024, Milord. In October.
Now you are working. Now you are working.
No, Milord. I have not been allowed to work, Milord. I was working till 21st of May 2014, Milord. Even after issuance of that letter, Milord. The letter was received in the office on 21st of May 2014, my lord. However, I have already withdrawn the remission VRS, my lord, on 9th of April 2014, which is evident from annexure H, my lord, at page 27 of the counter affidavit, my lord. Page 27 of the counter affidavit, my lord, they have annexed my withdrawal, my lord. And even after that, they have issued the order for VRS.
If annexure A is his letter.
Yes.
VRS request.
Yes, my lord.
It doesn't provide for any date from which he wants to obtain this VRS. Now annexure B is his reminder.
Yes, your lordship. But in annexure B they have stated that the petitioner सरकारी सेवका द्वारा स्वेच्छा के सेवानिवृत्त होने की योजनी पत्र संख्या 2.9 तथा विनीत अनुसार 31/12/2013 से पारिवारिक स्थिति अनुकूल नहीं रहने के कारण स्वेच्छा सेवानिवृत्त होना चाहता हूँ.
यानी सेवा कर चुका हो सरकारी सेवक द्वारा स्वेच्छा से सेवानिवृत्त होने की योजना का पत्र संख्या लिखित अवस्था अनुसार दिनांक 31/12/2013 से 31/12/2030 से पारिवारिक स्थिति अनुकूल नहीं रहने पर स्वेच्छा होना चाहता हूँ. Okay. Now, what is the rule?
The rule says, my lord, that till it is being accepted and a letter is being issued, the employer can withdraw his application for VRS.
Show me where are you reading this?
Lord, para 6 of the judgment which has been annexed, Lord.
Judgment is not the rule. Judgment is not the rule. Judgment was interpreting a particular rule.
Lord, I had requested to retire with effect from 31st of December 2013, Lord. But
When,
even
when,
after that, I was...
You withdrew when?
Yes, my lord.
Your where is your withdrawal letter?
Withdrawal letter is annexed, my lord. They have annexed at page 27 of the counter affidavit, my lord.
That is your withdrawal letter?
Yes, my lord. It is containing the receiving also, my lord.
Page?
Page 27 of the counter affidavit.
27.
Yes.
Where is that?
Page 27 of the counter affidavit, my lord. सेवा में बने रहने से संबंधित मैंने पत्रांक 1600 के द्वारा स्वेच्छा से सेवानिवृत्ति का आवेदन दिया था जो स्वीकृत नहीं हुआ. वर्तमान परिस्थिति में मैं सेवा में बने रहने का इच्छुक हूं, अतः मैं अपने स्वैच्छिक सेवानिवृत्ति का आवेदन को वापस लेते हुए सेवा में बने रहने का अनुरोध करता हूं. It was received in the office on 11th of April 2014, my lord. Even after that, they have issued the order for VRS in the month of May.
Now, what is the rule? Let us see the rule which governs the VRS of the state.
It can be withdrawn, my lord, till it is being given effect, my lord.
Where? What does this rule say? come to page 29 of the counter, clause 6. What does this mean?
ऐच्छिक तौर से सेवानिवृत्ति होने की सूचना नियुक्ति पदाधिकारी के सहमति से वापस भी ली जा सकती है, बशर्ते इस वापसी का अनुरोध सूचना की तिथि समाप्त होने के पूर्व किया जाए. But when no decision was taken till 31st of December 2013, my lord, then I have withdrawn my.
What does this rule mean? Means that the time period which we have given.
I had given up to 31st.
Again read this. Again read this.
ऐच्छिक तौर से सेवानिवृत्ति होने की सूचना नियुक्ति पदाधिकारी की सहमति से वापस भी ली जा सकती है, बशर्ते कि इस वापसी का अनुरोध सूचना की तिथि समाप्त होने के पूर्व किया जाए. I had submitted my application on 7th.
No, what you had. We will come later on. First, make me understand what this line intends.
It says that if an application has been submitted by the employee, he can withdraw his application for VRS before the actual date for VRS.
Provide the date which has been mentioned by you.
Mentioned, my lord.
So, but admittedly, in your case, you have withdrawn after the date.
Yes, my lord. I have withdrawn after the date.
You are giving an explanation that since they are not accepted within that date, so you have withdrawn.
Yes.
This is. Now come to the judgment. What does this judgment say?
Judgment says, my lord, in para 6, my lord. Para 6, my lord.
6, just a minute.
Para 6, my lord. We have carefully considered the submission of learner upon the reliance placed on appellant on the decision report as so and so. In that case, this court merely emphasizes the position that when a public servant invited by his letter of resignation, determination of his employment of service clearly established.
Which paragraph you are reading?
Para 6, my lord. Para 6 at page 29.
Yes.
Page 29 of the writ application, my lord.
Yes. Read that. In that case, this court merely emphasized.
In that case, merely emphasized the position.
Have carefully considered the submission.
Submission, my lord. We have submission when a public servant has invited by his letter of resignation, determination of his employment.
Para 6 is we have carefully considered the submission of the learned counsel.
Yes, we are starting, Lord. We have carefully considered the submission of the learned counsel appearing on the other side. The reliance placed for the appellant on the decision reported in Rajkumar case is inappropriate to the fact of this case. In that case, this court merely emphasized the position that when a public servant is invited by his letter of resignation, determination of his employment, his service clearly extends terminated from the date on which the letter of resignation is accepted by the appropriate authority, and in the absence of any law or rule governing the condition of the service to the
Absence
country.
of any law.
Yes,
In absence of any law, rule governing the condition of service to the contrary.
It will not be open to the public servant
To withdraw his resignation.
after it is accepted.
If there is no rule. If
Yes,
there is
sir.
no rule.
Yes, sir.
After it is accepted.
By the appropriate authority.
Until the resignation is accepted by the appropriate authority in consonance with the rules. In consonance with the rules governing the acceptance, the public servant concerned has locus. Yes, but not
thereafter. So
in
I
absence
have,
of any rule. In absence of any rule.
yes, please.
In consonance, so the primarily there, if there is no rules, this judgment will prevail. But if there is a rule, then what will happen?
My lord, when they have not taken any decision by the last date, which has been mentioned in my VRS application, my lord, then certainly I have right to withdraw my resignation, VRS, my lord, before it is being accepted. And they have considered the constitutional bench judgment also, my lord. A request for premature retirement which required the acceptance of competent or appropriate will not be complete.
Yes, yes, yes. These all are on the premise when there is no rule.
Yes, sir.
Now, show me that even if there is a rule, the rule has to be given a go by.
My lord, there is no rule that they will accept my VRS application, my lord, after the last date of my, which has been mentioned in the VRS application, my lord.
The rule says, the rule 6 give you a particular period within which you have to withdraw.
Yes, my lord. सूचना की तिथि, my lord, the petitioner has requested, my lord, to retire him with effect from 31st of December 2013, my lord. When he was not given VRS, my lord, then he has withdrawn the VRS application, my lord. After December 2013, there was no such application in the existence, my lord, because they have not taken any decision, my lord.
They have taken, their decision was taken when?
On 7th of May 2014, my lord. Wide annexer 5, my lord. Annexer 5 at page 23, my lord, of my writ application. झारखंड सेवा संहिता के नियम 74 ख वन विभाग के परिपत्र संख्या 6190 27/4/79 में निहित प्रावधानों के अधीन डॉक्टर अरुण गुप्ता चिकित्सा पदाधिकारी अनुमंडलीय अस्पताल मधुपुर सेवा में योगदान की तिथि 17/3/88 को अधिसूचना निर्गत होने की तिथि से स्वैच्छिक सेवानिवृत्ति दी जाती है. It is effective from the date of issuance of this notification. Before this letter, my lord, I have already withdrawn my application for VRS, my lord, on 9th of April 2014.
Just a minute. Let us read the rules. So he was granted VRS with effect from which date?
7th of May 2014, my lord.
7th of May 2014.
14, my lord. Annexure 5 as page 23, my lord. अधिसूचना निर्गत होने की तिथि से. And I was working on the post till 21st of May, my lord, when this letter was received in the office.
So he had given 3 months notice.
No, my lord. No notice has been given.
No, you had given 3 months notice.
3 months notice, and thereafter in withdrawal, my lord, I have mentioned that मैंने पत्रांक 7/9/13 के द्वारा स्वैच्छिक सेवानिवृत्ति का आवेदन दिया था जो स्वीकृत नहीं हुआ. Thereafter I have withdrawn.
स्वीकृत नहीं हुआ ना, it was still pending.
Lord, when the date has been mentioned, my lord, that it is to be given effect up to 31st of December 2013, my lord. When they have not given effect that VRS application, my lord, then I have withdrawn, my lord, and it was received in the office on 11th.
This is the only judgment reserved.
Lie to lord.
Yes.
Serial number 12, WPC 459040, Mr. Lakshman Kumar for the petitioner.
Lordship, I am for the petitioner order for 2 weeks time, Lord.
Why?
For petitioner alive or not, for instruction के लिए लेना है. कल instruction मंगा लेते हैं कि जिंदा है कि नहीं, क्या है.
Counter affidavit filed.
I have filed the
State has not filed, Your Lordship.
On the request of the counsel for the petitioner, is this case after 3 weeks?
The state must file
the affidavit in between. Obliged, Lordship.
Serial number 30, WPS 121 of 15, Mr. Shailendra Kumar Tiwari for the petitioner.
I'm appealing on behalf of state, Your Lordship.
Yes. Who is the petitioner? Yes. Pass over.
Serial number 40, WPS 1944 of 50, Mr. Dilip Kumar Prasad for the petitioner.
May please, my lord. The grievance of this petitioner is in relation to pensions.
Yes.
Where the annexure 3, your lordship will kindly have a perusal to. Annexure 3, page 19. Column number 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth column from the top, my lord. दिस इज पूर्व के आदेश ज्ञापांक 1467 दिनांक 3/8/11 के क्रम संख्या 7 का स्तंभ 4 को संशोधित करते हुए लेखा परीक्षा उत्तीर्ण की तिथि 2/2/10 से द्वितीय तृतीय एमएससीपी काल ग्रेड वेतन 2800 4200 एवं क्रमशः वेतन बैंड 5200 20,200 93,000 टू 34,800. This was done, my lord. Initial order of the 12. Page 18, you will find it. 24, 11, 12. Now, this very order has been recalled by Annexure 8, page 30, 3030. इस कार्यालय का आदेश 116 पठित ज्ञापांक 2043 24/11/12 क्रम संख्या 9 का स्तंभ 5 में संसूचित तृतीय में सीपी ग्रेड वेतन 4200 को वित्त विशेषज्ञ संकल्प संख्या 17 दिनांक 21/5/14 संकल्प संख्या 20/5/15 के आलोक में विलोपित किया जाता है। हीरालाल सेवानिवृत्त पत्राचार लिपिक व्याख्याक अंकल देवघर को अनुमान्य द्वितीय एसीपी ग्रेड वेतन 2800 मात्र की स्वीकृति दी जाती है। Now your lordship will also come to annexure 13, page 40, my lord.
Where is page 40?
Annexure 13, page 40, my lord.
Amended writ petition.
Yes, amended writ petition, my lord.
Annexure 13 at page 40.
Yes, my lord. 11/5/16 का है हुजूर.
Yes.
It says विभाग की संख्या 21/5/14 संकल्प संख्या इतना वही 14 और 15 का डिस्क्रिप्शन है। 2800 रुपये स्वीकृति प्रदान किए जाने के फर्ज कार्य संख्या 11 से पठित ज्ञापांक 16 द्वारा किए गए इनका वेतन निर्धारण सत्यापन जिला लेखा देवघर के पत्रांक 16 द्वारा किया गया था। अनुसार अंचल कार्यालय के आदेश संख्या सचन सच रेपांक देवघर संख्या के पत्रांक से अवकाश 12/5/5 पत्रांक 660 एफ पत्रांक 13/3/1809 के आलोक में इन्हें अवकाश 300 दिनों के बदले वेतन के समतुल्य राशि 3,61,420 रुपये स्वीकृति प्रदान की जाती है। इस प्रकार ब्यौरा ये है। उसके बाद फिर क में आया है आदेश संख्या 31/8/14 के आलोक में, दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट मिलोड 31/8/14 के आलोक विपत्र संख्या पूर्व भुगतान की गई राशि 3,91,400 माइनस 29,980 रुपये। नाउ इफ योर लॉर्डशिप काइंडली कम्स टू annexure 7, my lord, page is 28.
What is your prayer in this?
My lord, this deduction
is
highly affecting deduction of the pay scale, my lord, which was fixed by annexure 3, MSCP and second SCP and MSCP. Because the last paid round was based on the basis of annexure 3. Subsequent to his retirement in 2006, this has been done. Not only this, my lord, I will kindly a few times more time, my lord. Annexure 7, page 28.
Annexure 3 is the downgrading of the scale.
Yes. Which was granted to me. It is an admitted position. Now I am.
The annexure, what was the earlier scale which was granted to you?
Earlier was, my lord, annexure 3, page 19.
Annexure 3 at page 23.
No, 19, my lord.
No. What you are reading? Annexure 3 is at page 24/11/2012.
हाँ, यही है हुजूर.
You read. Take
इसी
the
में
application.
हाँ, इसी में है हुजूर कि हमको MSCP.
Show me. Where is your name?
यही तो है हुजूर, हीरालाल सिंह, पेज 19 पर है, जो सीरियल नंबर 9 पर है.
No, it is not page 19.
सीरियल नंबर 9 पर है हुजूर.
Serial number?
9, हीरालाल सिंह, पत्राचार लिपिक.
Serial number 9. That is at page 24.
Perhaps the numbering might have been incorrect. Then let it be adjourned, my lord. I will rectify the pages number because it will create problem for you, my lord. Let it come after 1 week so that we can.
I am going through the amended rate. Most probably you are going through the original rate.
No, it is part of the amended rate also, my lord.
Sir Khalasi. पत्राचार लिपिक पूर्व के आदेश ज्ञापन संख्या 1459 दिनांक 3/8/2011 के क्रम संख्या 7 के स्तंभ 4 को संशोधित करते हुए
लेखा परीक्षा उत्तीर्ण की तिथि 2/2/10 से द्वितीय एवं तृतीय MSAP क्रमशः
They have changed the dates.
ग्रेड पे 2800 4200 से क्रमशः वेतन बैंड 5200
Where is that letter 1459?
1459. I was coming to that, my lord. That is in the counter affidavit annexure. It is, my lord. I'm just telling you.
Must have annexed that.
Annexure E of the counter affidavit, my lord.
Have you annexed that 1459?
No, I have not. It has been brought by the state itself in counter affidavit annexure E, page 32.
By virtue of which impugn order has been passed.
By virtue of which this impugn order has been passed, my lord.
Annexure
E. ABCD, page 32.
Yes.
My contention is, my lord, page 35 is relevant, which says, my lord, यह तत्कालिक प्रभाव से लागू रहेगा.
No.
Page 35, my lord.
You come to again page 20, serial number 9 at page 24.
Page 22 पे ही है. यहाँ पे 22 है. ये लॉर्डशिप annexure 3 ज्ञापांक 1459 दिनांक 3/8/11 के क्रम संख्या 7 के.
Where is this memo 1459?
Yes, that is what I am highlighting, my lord.
Show me that memo.
Oh, that I have not brought on the record, my lord.
Then?
No, I was only submitting, my lord, two things. Points for consideration would be before, my lord, that the counter affidavit, page 35.
Yes.
It says, my lord, यह तात्कालिक प्रभाव से लागू होगा. It will come into effect forthwith. So this notification is of 2014.
Yes.
And he was granted benefits in 2012.
2012 or 11?
Yes.
12.
So this is the first limb of argument. Second limb of my argument is, my lord, before annexure 7.
Sir, let me be clear on facts.
Yes.
By letter number 1459 dated 3/8/2011, you were given some benefits. That was the date of that benefit was modified by page 24. Is it not?
Yes, my lord.
See, read again this page 24. पूर्व के आदेश ज्ञापन संख्या 1459 dated 3/8/2011 के क्रम संख्या 7. That means your name must have been in that serial number 7. Stump number 4 means column number 4.
I'm sorry.
They have amended. They have amended this notification 1459 so far as your entry is concerned. So what was that original entry? I want to know.
Lordship, that's why I was praying, once the lordship query was put, I was praying 1 week time to go through the pages, pagination, and to bring on the record those two notifications, my lord.
This was the state. Yes,
because
who is for the state? Is the state council? Serial number?
14 it is, my lord. I was humbly praying, my lord, let it be after 1 week so that we can correct the pagination and bring on the record those two notifications, my lord.
Is this notification there on record?
Subsequent notification of 14 is they have annexed it annexure E to the counter affidavit, by virtue of which this reduction has taken place.
No, reduction has taken place. See, in fact, reduction has taken place by virtue of page 24.
That is, I am not finding in my application, my lord. That's why I am saying I may be permitted to see.
Where's for the stage?
कौन है हमारे application? यही ना है तो 24 में कहाँ है वो?
Very difficult to.
इजी का लेटर है ना?
AG ने clarification.
Yes, madam.
Your Lordship, this case was filed for by the petitioner to recognize their nursing course, and on behalf of Jack, I'll say that recognition of course is a part of it. The state government has to recognize it. And now it's a very old matter, Your Lordship. So whether
Which
petition.
case you are arguing?
Item number 15, Your Lordship.
It is 14.
Oh,
It is
sorry.
14.
This is 14.
Sorry, Lordship.
What do you have to say about 14?
14, Your Lordship. I'm appealing for Jack, Your Lordship, and.
You're not for the state.
No,
Who is
Your
for the
Lordship.
state? Who is for the state?
इसी लेटर का रेफरेंस देते हुए
Have you got the amended writ application, Mr. Prasad?
No, my lord.
Amended writ application is not with you.
Yes, it is with me, but lordship, the different.
Annexure 3 of the amended writ application.
Yes, my lord.
It is at
Page 18. It commences from my brief is page 18.
No. Page
18.
That
Annexure
is,
3.
that is the old writ application. It is not the amended writ application.
So that's why I was praying, my lord, I may be permitted to rectify the pagination of my brief, my lord. Otherwise, it will be always mismatching and a case would not be considered in true perspective, my
You have
lord.
page 18. You come to page 18. You come to page 18, which is at page 24, which is same as page 24 of the amended. You come to serial number 9. You come to
Yes,
serial
my
number
lord.
9.
Yes, my lord.
It says पूर्व के आदेश ज्ञापन 1459. Have you got that?
वही तो हम कह रहे थे हुजूर कि हम इसको ले आवेंगे नोटिफिकेशन को रिकॉर्ड में अभी नहीं है मेरे
Is it on record?
नहीं है हुजूर नहीं है एडमिट कर रहे हैं नहीं है इसको भी हम ले आवेंगे सप्लीमेंट
During course of argument, the counsel for the petitioner admits that the memo number 1459 dated 3/8/2011 is not on record. He submits that he wants to bring that aforesaid memo on record as Annexure 3 has amended the aforesaid memo. Next paragraph. The State Council is also absent today. On the request of the learned counsel for the petitioner, and since the State Council is also absent, list this case after 3 weeks.
हाँ ठीक है हुजूर सब कर लेंगे हम सब तक हम पेजिनेशन भी करेक्ट कर लेंगे हुजूर
Yes.
ठीक है ऑब्लाइज मी लॉर्ड
Serial number 15, WPS 2619 of 15, Mr. Yashwardhan, for the petitioner, Mr. Abhi Kumar Singh, Mr. Abha Kamath, Mr. Suresh Kumar, Ms. Gita Sangeeta, Mr. Vinod Singh, Mr. Krishna Shankar.
May it please you, Lord. My Lord, in this case, I appear on behalf of the petitioner, my Lord. My Lord, the grievance of the petitioner is that though he has scored the more marks, lesser marks candidate has been selected in the final list, my Lord. The petitioner belongs to BC category, my Lord.
Show me.
My Lord. My Lord. Though the counter affidavit has been received, my lord, due to inadvertence, I had not filed the rejoinder. If my lord's permit.
Just show me your marks allotment that you have received. What marks?
My lord.
How much marks you have received?
My lord may come to annexure 8, my lord, at page 27.
Annexure 8.
Yes, my lord.
At page 27.
My lord, Jharkhand Academic Council, Ranchi. Name of the petitioner, Mr. Pramod Prasad. Subject, English. Marks obtained in paper 2 is 164 marks.
Yes. Yes.
And my lord, in the next page, at page 28.
Yes.
My lord, one Sailesh Prasad Yadav has been subjective marks 164 BC category has been selected, my lord.
Yes.
And one Poonam Kumari of BC category, my lord, just after at serial number 14, my lord. Poonam Kumari, BC category, 162 marks.
These are all BC categories.
Yes, my lord. Petitioner also is of BC category.
How are you saying this? How are you saying that you were
yes,
considered in the category of BC?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm just showing. One minute, ma'am. One. Certificate. My lord, second supplementary affidavit has been filed on behalf of the petitioner, wherein at page 17 of that particular affidavit, there is a caste certificate, my lord.
A caste certificate you may have furnished here. If you have not furnished any document at the time of your application, you will be treated as a general candidate. What is their counter affidavit? You have to show that you have applied for and have filed all the documents showing that you are a BC category and you have applied for BC category and your consideration was for BC category.
Yes, ma'am. And in counter affidavit also, they are not denied that I don't belong to BC category.
No. You may belong to BC category, but what was your consideration in which category that has to be seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. See, there's a rule. When in a particular post, if there are 4 candidates whose number are equal, then the person who is senior by age will be selected.
Yes.
So they have applied that. Any person below 164 appointed in BC category?
One Poonam Kumari, my lord, she was selected at marks obtaining marks 162.
162,
my lord.
2.
Sorry, my lord. 162, yes, BC category.
Yes, wish for the state.
Lordship, Lordship, I am appearing for state. The Lordship, the recommending authority is the Jack, Lordship. They recommend.
Yes, Jack, tell me.
Your Lordship, I'm sorry to say, Lordship, but my records and the court's record are not matching up. I'm appearing in 3322 having petition number named Sanjeev Kumar Gupta.
No, it's Pramod Prasad.
Pramod Prasad.
Yes, my lord.
Richa Sanchita, Krishna Shankar, Vinod Singh, Suresh Kumar. Yes.
Pramod Prasad, I don't have the brief, Lordship, so kindly will pass over some surprise, Lordship, because I was just trying to find out, but it's Sanjeev Kumar Gupta with the same case number with me, and I have to find out the Pramod Kumar's brief, Lordship. I don't have. मुझे ये थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है ऑफलाइन में होता ना तो भी हुजूर से एक सेकंड कॉपी लेके हम बहस कर देते हैं बट ऑनलाइन में ये थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है कि असिस्टेंस में क्योंकि
brief Sanchita submits that she has misplaced the file of this case. She prays for 1 week's time. You are allowed. You check if any candidate in BC category has been appointed who has received less mark than the petitioner.
Yes, sir.
Then it will be problem.
Yes, sir.
Obliged, my lord. Grateful, my lord.
What's the order? 25. Yes. Add the one copy of the notice along with the file.
Serial number 60, WPS 2788 of 50, Mr. Ramadhan Prasad Srivastava, Mr. Lalit Kumar Singh, for the petitioner, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, Mr. S.P. Roy, of the state.
Yes, my lord, in this matter I am appearing on behalf of the petition, Lordship. My lord, in this matter, my lord, I am saying that the one similar matter is running before my lord's court, and in this matter, my lord, on 4th March 2022, one interim order has been passed. So, my lord, I want to tag this case with this case, Lordship.
What interim order has been passed?
Because regarding the one short affidavit, because the petitioner is working, actually my lord, matter relates to the retrenched employee of census 1991. And my lord has directed to state to file a short affidavit that the petitioner is work in the Ranchi district or not. So my lord, so I want to, similar issue is my lord this, so my lord I want to, this case is tagged with this case, Lordship.
What is the counter affidavit? This is the census one, 91 census.
Yes, my lord, census matter.
Your name was not recommended.
No.
My lord, the Ranchi office.
No, not Ranchi office, my lord. He said that the earlier petitioner filed the writ petition regarding consider the case of the petitioner because the similar situated person has been service of the similar situated person has been observed, but the petitioner is not. So, my lord, after that, when a petitioner represented before the concerned authority, and then such type of order has been passed by the authority concerned that the petitioner names not find mention in those lists which has been sent by the
Patna.
direct Patna. Yes.
List this case along with
WPS number 7216/2012.
7216 of 2012. Full stop. In the meantime, the state will file an affidavit stating as to whether just copy that last direction in that writ application, irrespective of the notice which was I had passed that on.
Yes, my lord, number is 7216/2012.
7216 of 2012.
Yes, my lord.
Take out that file. Counter affidavit, same direction.
Serial number 17, WPS 4373 of 15. Application now, Mr. Satish Kumar.
Lord, this is for prayer has been made for approval of their appointment.
Yes.
Appointed in 96, 97. There are 4 or 5 petitions, Lord. Either 96, 97, they were appointed by Ram Sabha. And names sent for approval by Annexure A. And the presentation filed by Annexure 9. But they are, though we are working, but they are not approved, therefore I am not getting the salary. The period I have worked. Therefore, by prayer, the counter.
The new rule has come. Is there any?
The counter said there is a ban of regularization, therefore I am not coming. Regularization पर ban है.
This is for regularization.
In the approval of my appointment made by Gram Sabha. दलपति का है.
Yes.
So they were appointed, Lord, by Gram Sabha in 96 and 97. All the petitioners. And names sent by Annexure 8 for approval for competent authority. Which is not being, no order is being passed, it is still, my lord. And then I filed a representation by Annexure 9. Still not disposed of that representation, but counter has been filed. They say कि ban है अभी इनका appointment पर, therefore we have not passed the order.
Then
मतलब बैंक कहाँ देखा जाएगा बैंक कब का है हमारा कब का है केस बैन वाला लेटर दी पहले से निकालो काउंटर में है जो है काउंटर देखा जाए कुछ जजमेंट भी लगाए हैं जो
where is the Gram Raksha Dal Niyamavali? That is why I am asking what is the law. What is the Gram Raksha Dal Niyamavali 2001? Where is it?
Lord, that was the provision was made from Gram Raksha Dal Niyamavali.
The rule has come.
The rule governs the Dalpati also or not.
So where is the rule? The rule has come into effect or not?
No, that I have not examined, my lord.
Now suppose Mr. Sinha, you had applied for regularization in suppose 2000, and in 2002 a rule has come and no decision was taken till the rule has given effect to. Then what will happen? You don't have any vested rights.
No. They are acting arbitrarily. Vested rights, they can reject my claim.
You have to be considered as per the rules.
They should pass some order They should pass some
You
order.
have to be considered as per the rules. If the rule is in vogue.
ठीक है dude.
Where is the
कोई
state?
बात नहीं है.
Where is the state? Where is the rule?
We have to get as per the rules.
Where is the rule?
Comparing for the state, your lordship, as the rules, your lordship, we have not annexed anywhere, your lordship. We have annexed the order of stay, and thereafter the judgments, your lordship, in this high court there was a earlier judgment of 2012 which has been an LPA for the same has been filed, and the same this was held that mere the inclusion of the name of the candidate in the selection does not confer any vested right for selection for appointment, your lordship. And this was upheld in LPA also, your lordship, which is annexed, your lordship, of 2013 by honorable division bench, your lordship. This was upheld that mere the name does not give any vested right of appointment, your lordship, and this was not done arbitrarily, your lordship. That has been mentioned.
The High Court say the merely name of the included in select list doesn't give you right. It is very much correct. But for valid reason,
you
reject the claim valid reason, so that your lordship can examine the reason. It is not said that all process has gone and last you have no vested right. All process for appointment has gone.
Your lordship, in this respect, definitely
Of course, I have no vested right, no doubt. But they have to consider and reject it. They have to pass some order for origin. But they
Where
are
is
keeping.
Where is your representation?
That is not an Annexure 9, probably. Annexure 9 35. 9 series Lord. पेज 53 पर आया जाए ना, पहले दिए जीपी को दिए हैं.
Who will decide?
DC will decide.
Director Panchayati Raj.
हाँ, डॉक्टर पंचायती राज को दे दिया जाए डायरेक्शन.
देखिए, or the counsel for the petitioner or the counsel for the state. Next one, the counsel for the petitioner submits that the name of the petitioners were recommended for appointment or regularization.
No, appointment. Approval of appointment.
For approval of appointment in the post of Dalpati. Dalpati, as they have been appointed by the Panchayat Executive Committee in terms of the rules framed in the district of Ranchi. The district of Ranchi, first of all. It is a submission that even after recommendation, no action was taken by the respondent, for which representations were also filed before the appropriate authority on 12/5/2015, which is at Annexure 9 series.
2015 volume 4.
The counsel for the petitioner further submits that the state, by filing a counter affidavit, has taken a decision that that in the light of provision under the Jharkhand Gram Raksha Dal Niyamavali, paragraph 8, dekh lijiyega, page 7, counter affidavit. The appointment of the post of Dalpati by the executive committee of the Gram Panchayat has been stayed till further decision, and if any appointment on the post of the Dalpati has been made after Panchayat election, the same will not be valid. Full stop. Mr. Sinha, learned senior counsel, submits that the representation is still pending.
2012 volume 12.
He submits he submits that he is aware of the proposition of law that mere inclusion of name of a candidate in the select list does not confer any candidate any vested right to get appointment, but still then the state has to consider and either decide the representation in either way. Full stop. He submits that suffice it would be if a direction is given to the Secretary Panchayat Raj, Secretary the Director, Panchayati Raj Directorate, Department of Panchayati Raj, NRP, respondent number 2, to take a decision on the representation filed by the petitioner. As per the rules, regulations, and law governing the appointment of Dalpatis. Considering the submission of the learned senior counsel, I direct respondent number 2 to consider the representation of the petitioner and pass a recent order in term as per the law, rules, regulations, circulars governing the issue. Full stop. The petitioner is directed to file a copy of this writ petition, produce a copy of this writ petition before respondent number 2, who will consider the same and will pass a recent order within a period of 12 weeks from the date of receipt of the copy of this order, along with the representation. Yes, Mr. Yes, Mr. Sinha, you want to say something?
No, I said much obliged.
With the aforesaid observation, this writ application is disposed of. So and so appears on behalf of the state. Who submits that if a representation is filed, the same will be considered as strictly as per the law. Yes, next.
Serial number 18, WPC 4889 of 50, Mr. Mukesh Singh, Mr. Arun Pradhan, Mr. Kumar for the minister, Mr. Anup Kumar Mehta for the state.
Yes.
My Lord, this writ petition, the petitioner has challenged the order of blacklisting for an indefinite period. My Lord, originally in this...
Indefinite period?
Yes, my Lord.
Where is it?
My Lord, Annexure 9, my Lord, is the order which was challenged in this writ petition. And Annexure 5 series at page 48, my Lord, was the order which was challenged in the previous writ petition. Now, my Lord, on the previous occasion, the Honorable...
Just a minute. Come to the previous writ petition first.
My Lord, page 48.
Page 48.
Yes, my Lord.
Page 48.
It is letter number 772,
no,
dated 26/7/12. Annexure 5 series, my Lord, starting from page 46. And the third document, my Lord, is at page 48.
Page 48, blacklisting and cancel.
Yes.
What is the order? What is the order of the High Court in the earlier occasion?
My Lord, that is...
That is?
At page 20, my Lord, that is page 23, Annexure 1.
I hope it has got nothing to do with page
23, Annexure 1.
Okay. Get the file. WPC 5880 of 2012. I hope it was not received by my office at any point of time.
No, my Lord. It was not dealt by my Lord's office at any point of time.
Are you sure?
It was never dealt. Yes, my Lord.
No. I said it was whether the writ was ever served on the.
No, my Lord. To my knowledge and information, my Lord, I filed the writ petition. It was not.
5880.
It was served upon. It was served upon my senior friend, Mr. Anup Kumar Mehta.
Okay. Okay. So where was the first order for this one?
Annexure 1, page 20. Yes, my Lord. Page 46 onwards, my Lord, the grievance started. And finally, my lord,
Grievance may be anything. Let us see the order.
order of the blacklisting.
Sushil Kumar, Balkrishna, so and so.
Yes, BCCL management has taken serious note on the alleged involvement of the tippers bearing registration number so and so in anti-company and anti-national activities of pilferage of coal from BCCL areas registered by the transporter Sushil and Company such and such Sindri with Munidi Wasari for transportation of run of on ROM coal from Gazli Tar OCP to Munidi Coal Wasari under work order number such and such. And approved the following: blacklisting of Mr. Sushil and Company, cancellation of registration of Mr. Sushil and Company, and blacklisting of said 3 numbers of tippers, so and so. Above 1, 2, and 3 will be effective with immediate effect till further order. Okay. Last line.
Now this was challenged in Annexure 1.
Yes, my lord. Annexure 1, my lord, the Honorable Court, after appreciating that no natural justice was observed, and my lord, that this is a permanent nature of blacklisting, remanded the matter back with an opportunity to the petitioner to represent his case by filing a representation.
Now what happened thereafter? What is the
thereafter, my lord, Annexure 9.
Page?
That is page 64. Yes, my lord. My lord, may I read the entire order?
Yes, read it.
Dear sir, I have carefully gone through your representation dated 15/9/14, whereby and whereunder you have requested for recall of order of cancellation of registration and blacklisting of your firm, as also for release of your alleged dues. Mr. Sushil and Company, Balkrishna Bhavan, such and such, had been awarded the work of transportation of coal from Gasli Tar Colliery to Munidi Coal Wasri, wide work order number so and so, dated 9/6/12, and accordingly Sushil and Company executing the work. On 30/6/2012, Police Inspector Sri Ravindra Kumar Roy of Govindpur Circle, Dhanbad, on the basis of information, raided at the premises of Aditya Enterprises Hard Coke at Tundi Road, Govindpur. The raiding team caught red-handed following 3 tippers entering into the premises of Aditya Enterprises at 21:45 hours, loaded with coal covered with tarpaulin. Tipper registration number such and such with driver Ajay Kumar Prasad, son of such and such. Tipper registration number such and such with driver Arun Kumar Prasad, son of Arjun Prasad, resident of so and so. Tipper registration number such and such with driver Sri Veera Kumar Prasad, son of Hardyal Singh, resident of such and such. These tippers belong to Mr. Sushil and Company Sindri, whose proprietor is Sushil Kumar Srivastav, resident of Sindri. These tippers were carrying coal loaded at Gasli Tar OCP of Katras area of BCCL. The tippers were engaged by Sushil and Company for transporting coal from Gasli Tar OCP to Munidi Coal Wasri of BCCL. On 30/6/12, the above mentioned tippers loaded coal from Gasli Tar.
The issue, I have gone through it. Can there be a blacklisting for this permanent blacklisting? Yes, Mr. Mehta.
Law is there, it cannot be permanent. There's no dispute. Legal position is there.
So you have permanently blacklisted him, is it not?
Ah, yes.
And 10 years have lapsed, my lord, as of now.
No, the trucks are plying. It's not that their trucks are not plying.
Are?
The trucks we have not taken in our possession. The trucks are theirs and the trucks are there, they are flying.
No, it says he is only challenging the order of blacklisting.
Ah, yes, yes.
So here is permanent.
Permanence, I submit, my lords.
Yes,
legal position is very clear.
Any law?
Yes, my lord, 2 judgments, my lord, I'll be relying. One is of Honorable Supreme Court.
Yes.
2014, volume 14 SCC.
14, volume 14 SCC.
731.
731.
That is Kulja Industries, my lord.
Yes.
And the other one, my lord, of our Honorable Court, WPC number 4602 of 2015.
4602 of 2015.
Order dated 18/3/2016.
18/3/2016. What is the counter affidavit? They have gone on the facts.
My lord, they say that matters of record not denied. beyond that, no, it is put to strict proof or denied. That is basically, my lord, their contention. They say that they inspected the trippers after they were seized and found it to be loaded with coal. But there is no statement that the quality of coal was the same. And there are, my lord, documents with the petitioner which indicate that, my lord, these coals were, my lord, on a private transport, not of the BCCL. Now, my lord, there is one aspect which is to be appreciated by the respondents also. My lord, that police time and again they extract, my lord, undue gratification. And not obliged, they indulge into such activities. Their contention is that at 9:45 p.m., how my truck after unloading.
This on facts I cannot go.
And, my lord, one aspect, my lord, that there is one important aspect which they have not denied, that, my lord, in and out register of the washery, which was seized by the police, that records.
Mr. Rupesh Singh, I am not an appellate authority.
I'm sorry, my lord.
We'll go into this disputed question of fact.
My lord, I only submit, my lord, that since it is a case where the petitioner has already suffered more than 10 years and the order is of indefinite period, my lord, this order should go. More than the, my lord, due proportional punishment the petitioner has already suffered. And there are, my lord, some outstanding bills also which were, my lord, for the work done prior to the blacklisting. They have also been withheld. So double punishment, my lord. On one hand, blacklisting; on the other hand, withholding of the admitted dues. And they rely upon clause 18 of the schedule of rate, which does not authorize them to charge, my lord, or withhold anything. SOR is, my lord, also enclosed to the writ petition, on which I was working under the respondents, Annexure 3, page 28. This is the, my lord, terms of contract, Annexure 3, which authorizes them of the penalty which can be imposed. It does not, my lord, permit them to, my lord, withhold the admitted dues of the work already executed. I filed the writ petition, it was disposed, they did not decide my representation. When I filed my contempt, then, my lord, they decided the representation. And then upheld the earlier order of blacklisting, which is for indefinite period. So it is, my lord, basically a harassing attitude. And because of this, all the, my lord, trippers which were financed by the private financer, my lord, they have been taken away. I am on roads.
You are also not clean as snow.
Lord, that aspect of the criminal, my lord, episode which has led to this, I am not commenting upon that, my lord. That I have my defenses before the criminal court.
So it will be better if you don't force this court to go into this factual aspect.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Mehta, what do you have to say? This is his only point involved in this writ application, is whether a debarment can be permanent in nature. And admittedly, your letter suggests that this is a permanent blacklisting.
The judgment which my learned friend has referred to, Khulja, para 28 deals with that. There's a legal position is clear.
25
is also there, yes.
25 is on the proportionality, and 28, my lord, says that the authority concerned should be remanded to the authority concerned.
Punishment, the court cannot grant punishment. But
yes,
25 also says that debarment cannot be permanent.
Yes, it cannot be permanent.
Okay. Order reserved.
Obliged.
Now these trucks, your lordship has seen the amendment in the Motor Vehicles Act. Now 15 साल से ज्यादा हो गया, सबको scrap कर देना.
So that is his headache.
Yes, just incidentally, I'm not saying no connection with this matter. We cannot blacklist any person indefinitely.
Now, by virtue of the amendment in the Motor Vehicle Act, no vehicle can run your private vehicle also. 15 plus 5 most probably.
Plus 5. Plus if I make it.
Now we have to put our fitness certificate even on private cars, my lord, on the windscreen.
Absolutely. Yes, next.
Number 19, WPS 322 of 16, Mr. Shankar Tiwari, Mr. Abhishek Chandra, Mr. Maleshwar Yadav, for the petitioner, Ms. Amrita Kumari, Mr. Ram Chandra, Dr. Ashok Kumar Singh, Delhi, appeared on this.
Lord, in this case, I am appealing for the petitioner, Lord. The grievance of the petitioner, my lord, basis, my lord, and he has been another advertency has been issued, my lord, for the and thereafter, my lord, after considering that fact, my lord, 11th July 2016, my lord, my lord has stated the matter, my lord, for taking any action with regard to the vacancy, my lord. Now, my lord, even after thereafter, my lord, up to September 2016, my lord, up to. But state vacant petition, my lord, because earlier state vacant petition has been filed, my lord. Regularly advertisement has been made for. Now again they filed a state vacant petition, my lord. Though the state vacant petition is not with me, my lord, from my lord.
Your voice.
My lord, it may be password for the day, my lord. I reply for that, my lord. Only password for the day.
You are praying for password for the day. This is a case of replacement of by an.
My lord, I am appearing for Jharkhand State Food and Civil Supplies
Yes.
Professional and yes. Kindly be heard.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
My lord, the matter relates to claim of regularization by a person who was appointed in 2000, whose services were terminated in 2015, was appointed on contractual basis just for 1 year, having fully accepted and not been in job.
Now, Mr. Singh, he was appointed for 1 year.
Yes, my lord.
And he continued for how many years?
He continued for 15 months. Let me, my lord, please come to my lord, please, in page number 20 of my counter evidence. Everything will become clear, my lord. Just give me 2 minutes time.
Yes.
My lord, please come to page 18 of my counter evidence.
18 of your counter evidence.
Annexer.
Where is it?
Page number 18 of my counter evidence, Annexer B, my lord.
Annexure?
B, my lord.
B.
Offer of appointment is accounted on contract basis. My lord, I draw my lord's attention to clause 1.
I am asking you.
My lord?
This is made against sanction post?
It is against sanction post, but he worked just for 15 months. Thereafter, he has not been in job.
So in a sanction post, you are trying to replace an ad hoc employee by another ad hoc system.
We are going to advertise the post and
for permanent vacancy.
No,
the post is sanctioned, no doubt about that.
Now you are going to publish an advertisement.
Yes.
And seeking employment from person, application from person, which will be contractual, or the appointment will be permanent in nature.
Let me seek instruction, my lord. I will come on this point again.
So the order was already passed.
Again, they have issued advertisement for contract basis.
As to whether they want to put up the post permanently or by and by ad hoc appointee.
Yes, my lord, I will apprise this court.
In this case, after 4 weeks.
Serial number 20, WPC 2907 of 2016. Mr. Seth Gautam, Mr. Dev Mishra, Mr. Dikambar of the petitioner.
Yes, state.
My lord, I'm up to the state, my lord.
Yes. What is the latest position?
My lord, latest position, my lord, I'm not taking any action, my lord.
Raise this case next week when the counsel for the state will inform about the latest status of the tender number from sequence of order dated 1/6/2016 tender number issued first also. Make sure you don't take time on the next date.
Yes, my lord.
Who is for the petitioner?
My lord, the name of Mr. Shrestha Gautam appears and the contrary appears in the process.
Yes, where are they?
I'll inform Shrestha. I'll inform
The
Shrestha.
petitioners are absent. Full stop. The state is directed to seek instruction next week. Next para. It is also made clear that if on the next date the petitioner doesn't appear or remains unrepresented, this case will be dismissed for non-prosecution.
My lord, one humble request, my lord. So instead of 1 week, it can be 2 weeks.
1 week. 1 week.
Well, I have to file affidavit. Well, that's one only to only.
You have got no urgency. You have got no urgency. Your development project, construction of a bridge has been stayed by an order of this court, and you have got no urgency. You didn't have the.
Only difficulty in filing the.
Stay vacating also.
No, only difficulty is that there is a holy holidays. So I have to some delay in filing.
I don't know holy holidays or what holidays. I don't know.
No, only to file affidavit, some time may be done.
No. Sorry.
Only 2 weeks time.
No, 1 week time.
Obviously.
This is the sense of urgency which you are showing. There are judgments of the Honorable Supreme Court.
Well,
1 week. Yes.
Case number 21, civil review 57 of 18, Mr. Ramchandra Prasad Sir.
My lord, in this case, I am appearing, Lord.
Yes.
It has been filed for necessary correction in the order dated 24/4/2018.
24/4/2018. Yes.
On the 5th line of the order, my lord.
Transaction after 13 January 2017.
It should be 30th of January. होना चाहिए. 13 की जगह 30 होना चाहिए।
तो क्या है? How does it
नहीं
differ?
तो बिकॉज तब जो है तो हमको 2 लाख रुपया 4 लाख रुपया वो दिखा रहा है कि वो हम उठाए हुए हैं, जबकि हम नहीं उठाए हुए हैं, इसीलिए वो प्रॉब्लम है।
See, you are saying the transactions after 13th January. So if the transactions are taken before, from 13th January, what will?
It should be 30th of January, one and after.
Mr. Shah, see, says, you read the order. The learned counsel appearing on behalf of the Bank of India. Who is for the Bank of India?
Bank of India is appearing, my lord, Mr.
I am appearing upon instructions of Mr. Gyanendra Kumar, my lord. He is in some difficulty, my lord.
On oral instruction submits that due to inadvertence and clerical error, some amount has been wrongly shown as debited from the account of the petitioner in the transactions after 13th January. That means your 30th January also includes 13th January also that period.
Regarding transaction after 13 January.
13th January it will be, there is no need to. The counsel for the petitioner, ना कोई difficulty नहीं है, होने दीजिए. The counsel for the petitioner submits that the date, the transaction date which has been mentioned as 13th January 2017 in order dated 24/4/2018 should be corrected as 30th January 2017. Only praying for the correction, this CMP has been filed.
CMP, yes. CMP.
It is necessary to appreciate this. It is necessary to quote the aforesaid order dated 24/4/2018. Pura quote. As there was a submission next paragraph from the order, it is clear that as submission was made that some amount has been debited wrongly from the account of the petitioner in the transactions after 13 January 2017.
31 जनवरी दिखा दिया है वहाँ, जो हम नहीं उठाए हुए, जो हम नहीं उठाए हुए 2 लाख रुपया 4 लाख रुपया बोलते हैं कि हम उठाए हुए हैं, जबकि हमारा रीट में दिया हुआ है, it was not done by itself.
The counsel for the petitioner submits that the transactions would be, the illegal transactions are from 30th January onwards. These 30
my lord.
30 January onwards, 30 January 2017 onwards. So, in place of 13th January 2017, 30th January 2017 has to be mentioned. Full stop. This court finds no merit in the aforesaid submission. Full stop. This court directed, as per the submissions, this court in order dated 24/4/2018 directed to consider the wrong debited entries on and from 13th January 2017. Full stop. The petitioner submits that the date should be 30th January 2017. Full stop. The period 13th January onward also includes 30th January 2017. Full stop. Thus, petitioner will not be prejudiced, is not prejudiced by the date 13th January 2017 onwards, which has been mentioned. Transactions is not prejudiced by the transactions after 30th January 2017, which is the subject matter of the order dated so and so. Thus, I find no merit in this civil review. This application stands dismissed.
My lord, should be done disposed of, because I have to file another writ then, my lord, because I have got some difficulty. My lord, they have shown that the check has been withdrawn. चेक हमको इशू ही नहीं हुआ है और वो चेक दिखा रहे हैं कि वो कटिंग चेक को पास किए, इसीलिए.
This has got nothing to do with this.
I may just make one request, my lord. Name of Mr. Gyanendra Kumar may kindly be permitted to be shown in the order.
Kumar is not before the screen. How can I write the name of Gyanendra Kumar?
My lord, then my appearance upon
Yes,
instructions may be
there.
recorded.
Appearing, who is assisting counsel to Mr.
My lord, upon instructions I am appearing, my lord. Just that much may be recorded, my lord.
Akansh Kishore, get the name of Akansh Kishore with you. You send your slip.
My lord, in this, kindly see page 17, my lord, just for a moment. Page 17.
Mr. RCP Shah, I had passed an order to look into the transactions after 13th. Now
That
you
is
say
true.
it should be from 30th. So 30th is already included in that period. So how are you agreeing?
That is true, my lord. But they have shown just
how
a
are
minute
you-
for a moment.
How are you
Just
agreeing?
for a moment, my lord. For my sake.
Yes.
Just kindly see page 17.
I have passed an order. If you have agreed, you go before it. Unnecessary. It should have been dismissed with cost of 1 lakh rupees. Yes, next. What password? Yes.
Passover matters under the heading Lok Adalat, serial number 36 with 37, MA number 295 of 18, with cross appeal 31 of 21, Mr. Nikhil Ranjan, for appealing first case, Mr. Mukesh Kumar Dubey, for appealing second case.
Yes. No one appears in the second call. This case is adjourned for 3 weeks.
Serial number 30, WPS 121 of 50, Mr. Shailendra Kumar Tiwari, for the petitioner.
Where is Mr. Tiwari?
Appearing on behalf of state, Your Lordship.
No one appears on behalf of the petitioner in the second call. Full stop. Counsel for the state is present. Full stop. This case is adjourned for 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
Your Lordship, may I submit one thing?
Yes.
I have my case at serial number 27. I am on behalf of respondents. This is a very small matter, so it may kindly be heard on the next day.
It will be in the list. Don't worry. The cases are on the list. It will be on the list.
Oblige you.
Cases will be in the list.